BeachRC.com, the racers' one-stop online hobby shop. Choose from all the popular brands and variety in stock with super fast shipping and great customer service. BeachRC.com still has the local hobby shop feel with all the benefits of the internet. BeachRC.com is the exclusive distributor for Ultimate Racing, JQ Racing, Pro Circuit Racing Tires, Nitro Lux Fuels, and Assault RC Performance products. So fill up your cart and check out at BeachRC.com today.
Techno RC. Techno RC. Techno RC is a premium manufacturer specializing in 8th and 10th scale high-performance off-road RC buggies and trucks. Visit www.technorc.com for a complete catalog of their products. Techno RC. Excellence in engineering. Hashtag Techno Takeover.
Hey, why you got sunglasses on inside?
I'm on holiday. On holiday, I wear sunglasses.
Hey, this guy's got sunglasses on inside. I want him to take them off. Take them off so you can see this brand new intro that we got.
You know, the other day, I went in the hotel room. I'm like, fuck, it's really dark here. I turn on all the lights. I'm like, fuck, this hotel room really has bad lighting. And I'm like, oh, I know why. Because I was wearing sunglasses the whole time. Because I never wear sunglasses.
Yeah. Little idioto. Love that. You know what? Welcome, everybody. Tell us what you think. This is the first time we're dropping our new intro, and we hope you like it. So here it goes.
Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast. Get ready for some serious bench racing. But be warned, we speak our minds, express our thoughts, and sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
Hate, and he just was influenced by the hate coming from the left, the hate coming from the right.
And let's get back to more club racing and less of this money-grabbing book racing.
It's hard not to be arrogant when you're always right.
See what I mean? That's exactly why people call you arrogant, Max.
You may not agree with everything we say, but it's definitely worth a listen.
And our pick, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Join your host, Lefty the Great, with co-hosts and guests as they get together to chat RC.
Hey, after that race that I watched this morning, I have to talk about it.
There we go. $100 right here, $100 throw. Oh no! I like this.
Yes, indeed. Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. For the first time ever, we are live from the NNRC Studio. Luckily, Joseph made it. It's been a very rough 6 days. We had a 2.5 argument on the way up here. We're not going to talk about what that argument was. It was nothing to do with RC, by the way. But we are here. We're having fun. He's been in my studio all day. And believe it or not, we just got all this set up and tested literally 5 minutes before he done this because somebody had to record his new motocross podcast. So, what's up, everybody? What's up, JQ? It's good to see you. But I can't do it. Yeah, I can do it with the left hand too. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, I see a comment. They say that they can't hear me. And that's the most important thing.
All right, yeah. Tell us how our levels are. Yeah. Are our levels okay? So I can pump up the volume here if you need. What's up, everybody? Did you guys like that intro? Yeah. Shout out to Zach. He did that for us. And actually, the guy who mixed that all together for me, he hit me up on Instagram. He's an RC dude. And he mixed it all together. I'm actually looking for him now. I should have wrote this down, but I wasn't prepared as usual.
People are saying my volume is low.
All right, let me turn it. Is better? Is it better for Joseph?
How about this volume? Can you hear me now? I'm going to say all the smart things on this live, so the volume has to be right. How's that?
Yeah, it says you can barely hear you. I don't know why. Hold on.
Let's wait now. Now they need to comment and This is the new volume. Sounds good on YouTube, someone says.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got this pretty cranked here.
It's good now.
All right, cool. Am I good? Everybody's good? Everybody's good. Thank you. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Hey, we got 96 people in here. That's pretty, man. You bring out everybody.
Did you promote that I was going to be here?
You bring all your milkshakes, brings all the boys to the club. That's JQ's been drinking beer. I have not been drinking beer, by the way. I've come to the conclusion that I cannot drink anymore. So there's no drinking on my side, just some orange juice right here.
I don't actually need the headphones, do I?
No, you don't need the headphones if you can hear me. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. This is the first show of 2022. We're going to be talking about silly season and many other things today. But before we go on, I'd like to say thank you to all of the people that support the NNRC. We greatly appreciate it. We can't do it without you guys. You know, it's been a cool 3 years, 300,000 plus downloads, 160 official episodes right now. What's up, Joey Showers? So we're doing pretty good. And we're happy to be together. This is the first time Joseph and I have been together for 2 years, so that's cool. But I mean, yeah, I just can't I can't express how happy I am and how excited I am for 2022. Hopefully we have a great year of racing here. COVID don't mess it up, hopefully, and we're good to go. But it's starting now. It's actually probably starting this weekend. Also, shout out to the patrons of the podcast. We can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much for going the extra mile. And this year, we haven't really come out and done our branding yet, but our main sponsor for this year is going to be Invisible Speed. So we'd like to thank them. We're going to be trying to get that online course going and get it into you guys' computers so you can be, learning how to do some setup stuff and all that good type of stuff.
For now, it's an invisible sponsor.
Invisible sponsor. Yeah, because it's invisible dollars too. So, yeah. I don't know how that's going to work.
Invisible dollars. But the thing is that the invisible speed thing is something that's universal. So it's not tied to one brand it's universal for everyone.
Yeah.
Just like the podcast. And it's expanding to different classes of racing, even different languages, just like the podcast is. You're starting up a Spanish language podcast.
Yep.
We're translating the Invisible Speed course into Spanish. So, yeah, we're trying to do what we can to bring more value and more good information to people in different languages for different classes. So I think the two go together well.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like Joseph said, Invisible Speed is something that I really believe in, and I think it's going to be great for even when the academies start happening and, stuff like that. And you heard it right. We're going to be taking the NNRC to Espanol. I think Robert Batty is going to be helping us out, and my buddy Andreas and my buddy Don. And they're still saying your mic's low, but I'll figure it out. We're going to start doing that. I'm going to just pump up your volume a bit, Joseph. He's also moving all over the place.
Okay.
So, all right.
And we're all recording everything through that, not through here. So I can't do anything.
Yeah, he's in control of comments. So I don't know how safe we are with that.
Oh, comments. Oh, let's check comments.
All right. So also, I'd like to shout out to High Tech RCD. They're staying on for another year. Actually, they're going to be sponsoring the NNRC booth at DNC. So you could come check us out there. I'll be there hopefully all there for DNC, and the NNRC will be based in the High Tech tent. So we'll be there showcasing their products, as well as we'll have some swag for sale for the NNRC, and we're doing all our stuff and our lives out of there. So I can't wait to get out there. And I want to thank Mike Walker for setting that all up. He's the man at High Tech right now. He's getting them going and just showed me their new logo, and I'm happy about that. It looks great. Shout out to Chris Nelson and his family, TNR Fuels. I can't wait to hang out with those guys, as well as DNC. They grew so much last year, he was telling me. I'm so happy for him. And he has a big project in his works, and he's going full in the fuel as well. Obviously, shout out to Mayako. I got my bag back there. Product placement. JQ wants it back there. It looks great. He's supposed to be building my car too. He's built the shocks. No oil, just built the shocks. That's all he's gotten to. So
we have time. We have time.
Yeah. All right. Beach RC, shout out to Brent and them guys. They made some power moves this year. Congratulations to them on getting S-Works, as well as taking over the Badlands. And of course, for him and Ultimate getting Cole Ogden and Seth freaking Van Dalen. Techno RC, probably the quietest silly season for him, but they still got a squad. Shout out to them. JTP RC, you know, Jared Tebow is coming on once a month here, and I greatly appreciate that. So he'll be on her next week for SIC Clinic RC. Tony Newland's become a co-host. We actually recorded, and you'll see we did a CRCRC recap with RC Kevin because JQ isn't interested in 10 scale. So check out Clinic RC. One of our new sponsors, I've known him for a while, G-Spec RC Tuning for your RC charging cable needs. I'll be doing some more about that here soon, and we will get some discount codes and some promotion codes for you. Another longtime sponsor, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic. Are you in search of traction? Do you suffer from poor traction? Well, Papa Willie's is your answer. Shout out to Scooter and them guys for staying on. They've been a long time sponsor, and I'm happy to have them here. Also, shout out to Racecraft USA. Another guys, I like chasing the guys. I got to get me a flamingo hat. And yeah, just cool guys. House of RC, RCGP, about to get together, sign up for RCGP through House of RC, and that'll be cool. When are the entries opening? We haven't heard yet, have we?
For RCGP?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Have not been involved in that.
No, you haven't. So I'll have to ask Isherwood about that. And just real quick, I want to shout out to my boy RC Kevin, who's been helping me out a lot. And check out his channel and his vlogs. He's doing some good stuff. And I guess we have NNRC drivers now, Joseph. You know, we got the Viking, David Runnerfolk, who's like going to be flying an NNRC decal, which I'm super excited about. And the doctor himself, Alex Hagberg, he's going to be running one on his body too, hopefully. And of course, I hope Tebow, I gave him such a cool nickname. Robert. Oh yeah, Robert too. So yeah, we're getting some NNRC drivers, and that's pretty cool. I never would have ever thought of that. So thank you guys for joining. Real quick, I just want to shout out and say some condolences to Michael. I'm probably going to butcher his name, but I saw he passed away last week. Michael Farabi, or they called him Ferbs. Farabi, he passed away last weekend. And condolences go to his family. I believe they have a GoFund going for him. And shout out to Grid Talk Podcast over in the UK. They raised over £2,000 last night with online raffles for Chris Yardy. Is that Tom Yardy's old man? I believe he passed away. So condolences to that family.
I don't know.
Okay. And I want to shout out to the RC Benefits people. That's I believe that's Peter Husser and another gentleman, Craig Bowen. They started a Facebook group, and they raised over $8,000 this past weekend at the Southern Nats, the Ike Hamilton Center where the Southern Nats are, in memory, and all that money is in memory of Caleb Hamby, who passed away a few weeks ago, before Christmas, and his brother-in-law, and that money went directly to their families. So our condolences go to them, and what a great job of doing that. And we appreciate that, and that's cool. We like that. All right, Josie, so you're here in the DR.
Yeah.
How are you liking it?
First of all, do you have a charger? My phone's dying. I only have Euro plugs.
This guy. You don't need a phone no more. You're on vacation.
I do need it right now.
No, you're not going to get a phone, because if you go over there, you're going to...
Do you want me to go rummaging?
No, if you go over there, I think you're going to fall over all these wires and cables that we have all over the place. So just sit your behind right there, and we have to talk about a lot of things here. So let's go. All right, Joseph, you're in it.
Plug in a USB somewhere.
You can do that afterwards. Let's talk. Joseph,
I have 7%.
Well, you don't need it. You need to be focused on this. Focus on this.
I'll bring this up at 3 again.
I'll bring it up at 3. Hey, Josie, so how are you enjoying your vacation real quick? Tell everybody how you're liking it here. You're getting to spend some time here. And
I'll be honest with you. I had some things I had to finish. Not my choice. Just like if I don't do it, then everything's going to be 6 months late kind of thing. And I didn't finish it in time at the end of the year. So I was like, well, one more day. And then, okay, fuck, we have to leave now. Holiday didn't really start at the beginning. I would say it started yesterday.
Yeah, I think so.
Even yesterday, I still had to do some work in the morning. So today was really the first day when I didn't really have to work. I did some emails, but tomorrow we're going to get a SIM card. I'm going to switch my phone off, and I'll have a different phone just with WhatsApp. I can message you, and then the holiday will start.
Then I turn into his secretary for some reason for the next few days.
So then maybe 5 days, like pretty much offline. I think that will do good.
Sweet. All right. So real quick, Joseph, Congratulations. I haven't even said that to you since we've met. So congratulations.
For what?
On in person, kind of you made the biggest move of silly season this year. We're going to talk about that, but I didn't even say that to you. Have I saw you? Cheers to my natural lemon juice or orange juice as it is. So we're going to talk about that and more, but we did make some New Year's resolutions before we came here. We said we're going to make some New Year's resolutions, and I have a couple that I want to.
Okay.
So I have one is that in 2022, my goal, among many other things, is for people to stop referring to as entries as actual people at races, and let's just say, there is actual bodies. That's one of my pet peeves that I want to get fixed.
That's for sure your number one pet peeve.
Yeah, I get so triggered when I hear that. My next New Year's resolution is to race at least 3 times this year at some point.
Okay, so DNC, e-buggy, because you're not allowed to run nitro. At least at DNC. Too much going on. Okay, we need like very low maintenance Lefty. Okay, charge the batteries, turn it on. That's it. No tuning, pit stops, nothing. Okay, and by the way, if you ever run nitro, I'll pit for you with only my right hand. Okay, just so you know how it feels. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
but okay, so I remember. I think this was actually my idea, like that. Let's do the New Year's resolutions, but I have no idea what I said they were. I told you. Do you remember?
No, because you didn't write it on. I just got mine.
No, I told you what they were, though.
Charlie, can we stop saying dial too? Yeah, that's a good one too. What were they? You never told me yours.
I did. That's how I brought up the conversation. Like, oh yeah, it's my New Year's resolution.
I can't remember what you were talking about. I know. Remember. Anyway, one of my other is to not kill you this year.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good one. Go to my first Worlds.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I would say.
And get 10 new people into RC racing.
You'll get more with this podcast.
Hopefully. And help. One of my last ones: help people to have more fun with their racing. And my last one pertains to you. You're not gonna like this, but it's part of my tearing you down to build you back up.
Okay, what's that?
Convince you that your results do not matter anymore. Yeah, there we go. He doesn't like that. He does not like that. See?
Okay, I remember one of mine now. Artusi is saying, hey, no limoncello to celebrate the move. Actually, yes.
I laughed.
Limoncello, both in Finland and in the DR. But Lefty forgot the limoncello on purpose at home, so I wouldn't drink it all during this live.
Yeah.
Right?
We don't need no tirades tonight.
But I remembered one of my New Year's resolutions, which was I have to beat average Joe at every race we race.
Oh yeah, that was one of them. That was one of them. Yes.
Yeah, but I can't remember the other ones. They were like funnier ones.
I can't remember. We've talked so much since you've been here. But we're gonna talk about Joe Bornhorst and his move to S-Works. And also, I'm not gonna say I'm trying to lose weight. I always say that I want to be healthier, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna get active in RC more. That's another thing I want to do, like doing more RC.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I guess I can think of one New Year's resolution right now on the spot. So last year I did a video about how I want to try and be a part of the solution, not the problem. So even though I complain a lot, which complaining is one of my hobbies.
Yes.
We have discovered I have 2 hobbies basically. Complaining and showering. Because anyone who has ever traveled to any RC races with me knows I like to shower for a long time. I'm not doing anything crazy in there. I'm just showering, standing under the water. I have a pose I use. I like stand in a certain way. Just think about shit. I like that. Warm, long showers. And then whoever goes in the bathroom next realizes it's a swimming pool. It doesn't matter what kind of curtains or doors or anything they invent. I will find a way to get the entire bathroom completely wet. Okay? Flooded. So those are my 2 hobbies. I would say motocross, it's not a hobby, it's an obsession, right? Guitar is not a hobby, it's anger management. and RC is my job.
And I'm not even going to mention what is your other obsession, because that would lead into another.
Politics?
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about politics and arguments in that. I had a point. Where did this start? Remind me.
I don't know what you was talking about.
Remind me, why did I start saying this?
Yeah, because you was talking about resolutions.
Yeah. So I made that video about how I want to be a part of the solution, not the problem. And the whole idea was, okay, how do we fix RC, blah, 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 trying to push RC in a better direction with the RCGP and the coverage and waking up our federations and all that stuff. And I'd like to point out, can we just do it now? We have to talk about it anyway.
Yeah,
EFRA
sure.
and RCGP made that announcement that they are now working together. These are the kind of things that I want to see happen more. So I want to keep pushing that agenda. Because as much shit as I get for being very outspoken and criticizing all kinds of entities, race organizers or federations or whatever, the thing that I strongly believe is that for change to happen, there needs to be a pressing sort of sense of urgency, an environment that is causing that change. So you have to put pressure on these federations or they're not going to change. If they are comfortable, then they're just going to keep things the way they are. But if you put pressure on them, if you put them in a corner, if you put them in a situation where if everyone agrees, like, this is what they have to do, and by them not doing it, when it's obvious they should do it, they look bad, they kind of have to do it, right?
Yeah.
But that's not enough. You also need allies who play the game, They're nice, they're kind, they're friendly, they're everyone's friend. They are the ones who then get that change done. But I think those people who are very agreeable and get along with everyone, and they are the politicians, right? They wouldn't get it done without that outside pressure. So it's like yin and yang. You need both. And I think we all know which one I am.
Well, even myself, I'm still banned on their Facebook page from commenting, but I'm cool with that because it's like this. I applaud them when things go great and they do great things and good things, and when they don't, we have to hold our feet to the fire. Kind of like Raw and their imaginary test that we haven't gotten yet for their tanks.
I think that what we have to do is we have to keep at it. We have to stay our course in a way, but like you often say, we have to be more precise. Like we have to be the scalpel in a way, like you say. Like we can't just bomb the entire neighborhood. Like
your style, you can't do it your way.
No, like I would just go in there, like just napalm everything, okay? But no, we have to be a bit more strategic and precise, and we are making headway, right?
Somewhat, yes, I believe so.
I really think so. Not just with this announcement that EFRA and RCGP are now officially collaborating. I mean, what does that mean? They officially endorse each other, but they haven't done anything. So we need to stay on them to do something, actually. But also, new racing formats coming in, the lap counting software implementing new racing formats in their programs so that clubs can start qualifying in different, more fun ways, heads-up racing or 5-lap averages and these kind of things. And there are some updates now to the RCGP format that everyone's going to see. Hopefully that helps to prove to people that there are more fun ways to race. So we just have to keep on pushing the envelope and trying to make positive change, just like this Spanish language podcast now and Invisible Speed course and all of these things that we do. They all share one thing, which is trying to improve RC racing.
Yeah. I muted myself. I agree with that, man. I agree with that. Real quick, thank you to RC Muse. He sent us a super chat. We greatly appreciate that. We watched your interview of the Viking the other day, which was really good. And Max is upset. He says, you two sound like a bunch of pussies.
Max is mad because he didn't get his full RCGP format suggestion. So he's mad.
All right.
Okay, Max.
Cool. So I guess we should just get into it now. Do we want to just get right into the silly season moves, or do you want to talk about Yeah, but it's quite a bunch of silly season moves we got to talk about.
I guess silly season first.
All right. So did you have it? I have it here for. So let me bring it up. Did you get the House of RC? Do you have it?
You share it.
Okay, I'll share House of RC.
You have the fancy graphic and stuff.
Dude, I understand why I hear your computer now all the time on the park. It's loud. It sounds like a bloody jet, like a jet or something.
It's taking off.
Yeah. All right. So, what silly season? All right, Joseph. I think we can agree that this has been the busiest, most active, probably one of the best silly seasons we have seen in many years.
Yeah, but you know what's kind of funny? Still, my prophecy hasn't come true. Where I said that, there'll be all these pro drivers who can't get a deal. Everyone pretty much got a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and even Lutz at the end, like, you know what I mean? It was like, so I guess we can trace this back to when Ronafalk left HB. He kind of started it all off, I think. And I guess at that time, I didn't know where he was going, and the whole world didn't know, but they thought obviously it was Mayako. But we wasn't sure. And then it turned out to be Mayako, and wow, like what a surprise. It's great. He's busy over there setting up dealers. He's getting to work. He's excited to get to America. You talk to the Viking, he's like, it's time to become a 3-time DNC champion.
Yeah, I would say that, and I'm not saying this just because it's Mayaka and I'm involved, but I would say that was the biggest move of the silly season, because Ronne is a driver who can go to any race and win, and no one would be surprised. Mm-hmm. And he's the only driver that made a big switch like that this year. Like if
it's so
like
unsecure.
And Mayfield and Ongaro, like these guys, they stayed with the chassis brand, but Ronne switched. So he's the biggest name who made a move. And also, what makes it even bigger is the fact that he's going to a new brand who hasn't been on the market. And even if you think of it as an extension of JQ Racing has never had a top guy like that. Mm-hmm. So even if you take that history into account, it's still something in a way unproven.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
So it's a big move. And also, one thing that I like to say that people were doubting or they thought wasn't true was that they said that, David said that he never drove the car. Mm-hmm. And people didn't believe him. And that's really true. He never drove the car. He signed up without driving the car because he believes that it's good enough and we will make it. We will improve it. Like whatever issues he has, he knows that we can fix them.
Yeah.
So he trusts in the whole project idea and the people behind it. And that was really the biggest sort of, what's the word? Like I appreciated that the most, really, that he was willing to do that without even driving it.
Yeah, it was, I mean, like I think we'll talk about this in a little bit, but I think Lutz was the best move for a driver for himself, like in the best move that one could make. But the biggest move, I think, and I know that we're not kind of, obviously people will say we're a little biased or whatever because we are, you're involved in Mayako and I'm close to it as well. But I mean, you really can't say anything bigger than that. You take a world champion to take a chance on a no-name brand at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's busy at work. Like he isn't worried about anything. It seems. When you talk to him, it's like, don't worry. We're gonna do that. Thank you, my buddy Cusco. He sent us a $5 super chat. We are gonna talk about the HB Heat Wave. They are high up on my on my list of teams this year.
The thing about the move with Ronnefalk also is that it's a long-term move. So I don't know if you remember, like a few years ago when I used to write a blog, I wrote every single day for just over a year, which thinking back is kind of insane to do that.
You did it.
But I did it every single day. And during that time, I remember there was one blog that I wrote was who I think will be the most dominant driver in 8-scale off-road in the future. And back then I think this was like, when was it, 16 maybe?
Maybe, before I knew you.
Or was it that early?
Well, I met you before 2017.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so I predicted that it would be Ronnefalk. And I wouldn't say it has come true, because Ongaro has been, I think, more dominant than him in the races. Even you could argue Mayfield in all the American races.
Yes.
But I still think that Ronnefalk is the driver who could do it. And the reason I say that is that if you look at Ongaro, he is very dominant in Europe or at the Worlds that is sort of similar to a track in Europe. But then he comes to DNC, is not really a favorite to win, right? And actually Mayfield, for example, favorite in America, goes to Europe, he can't compete with Ongaro and those guys in Europe. But Ronnefalk is someone who can in both. And I think that's something where that's what I'm most excited about, let's put it that way. Because it's my responsibility to give him a car that he can do his best in those different conditions. He can go to Buggyland and he can beat Ongaro. He can go to DNC and he can beat Mayfield, right? So that's what I'm excited about. Like, can we figure out how to give him the car he needs so he can do the business in Europe, in America, wherever, whatever the condition. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the coming years because of that fact. I know he has the skill. He's good enough. He can do it. You just need to give him a car that can.
Right, and I've said this before. He is the right pro that would do this. You know, like Mayfield can win races, but like Mayfield's not gonna go set up dealers and stuff like that and get things going, which Ronnefalk's doing. You know what I mean? And that just comes from his, you know, his wit. He gets it on that type of thing. And I'm not saying nothing about Mayfield. You know, Mayfield's awesome, and he's gonna sell stuff just with his name. He's earned that right. But Ronnefalk kind of, you know, is out there getting it. We know because we see what's going on.
Just to elaborate a bit more, like why I wrote that back then is that Ongaro has a very special kind of setup and driving. So, like from an engineer's point of view, it all makes sense why he's so good in Europe and why he's not that good on American tracks, right? Because the way his car is set up, it's loose, and you have to drive in a way where you maintain your momentum around the track and you're very precise and smooth on your inputs. That's fine, but you can only do it when you can maintain your speed in that way. Like that one DNC where he was battling for the win with Mayfield for a long time was like, I was actually surprised he did that well. You know, because he even did like unintentional donuts. His car was so loose, yet he was up there. I was amazed, you know. But that's the thing, like he has a very particular way of setting up his car and driving, which is very strong on certain tracks and struggles on others. And Mayfield, not that much. He is good everywhere, but I think he's more sort of biased towards the American style tracks. But when I look at how Ronnefalk's car looks at all the different races and how he drives, I think it's more universal. He has a car that has good grip and a lot of steering, and he adjusts how much he wants to turn with his transmitter.
Yeah. I get that.
It's like the potential is there. You don't need to make big changes, you know. Like Ongaro, okay, we need to start from scratch, you know, when we go to DNC. Or Mayfield, okay, let's figure out what can we do to compete with someone as specialized as Ongaro on some Italian polished track where his corner speed is just amazing, right? So when I look at the way Ronnefalk sets up his cars and the way he drives, I think that the potential is there. So yes, very excited about.
Yeah, I am too. I can't wait. All right. So thank you to Pete Martinez. Mucho gracias. I appreciate that, my friend. Pete Martinez. Don't worry. We're going to do the history of RC and NY and New York City podcast. And oh man, thank you, RC Muse. This year, right off of Spain, it will be a very good opportunity for European drivers to win. Yeah, I agree with that. That's for sure.
You know what about the Radovan Worlds? I'm curious to see how much they change of the track.
Me too.
Because I've been trying to find out, like, what will they do? Like, is it a whole new track? How will they treat the surface? I don't know. It seems like they sound like they don't even know. and I have a feeling that it like they won't change the whole track basically.
Yeah,
like,
but too expensive.
It's whatever they have at the warm up. I wouldn't be surprised. Like that's the same thing we have at the Worlds, and whatever they have at the warm up, most of it they probably already had for a while. I wouldn't be surprised. Seriously, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh man, look at Max. Max is up. Max, are you back in school yet, Max? I don't know.
Any track is a good opportunity for European drivers to.
All right. Well, where's your list? You have the list of drivers. Have you lost that already?
Okay, so well, we had this, which is like showing all the moves, which is on House of RC. But yeah, I prepared a list, so let's just go through it. Okay, let's just start at the top. Okay. Average Joe. So Joe Bornhorst goes from Techno to S-Works.
Yeah, not surprised at this. I mean, I think it was, in the end, I honestly think this came down to probably Seth and Joe on the chopping block at Techno. They have Tebow, Tyler Jones, Nalba Ruffalo as well. And Seth Van Dalen stays on. And then you have Tyler Hooks and Jared Wiggins, who are still doing good, plus a plethora of young guys coming up through the Techno ranks. So, you know, isn't Joe Bornhorst has been with Techno for quite a long time, I would say. And I say it's a shocking move, but in the end, maybe it's a great move for Joe as well. A change, fresh start. He gets to go. I would assume he's probably going to be the number one U.S. driver at S-Works.
I think only the only professional one.
Yeah, I think he's the only full-time driver.
Because, well, we might as well mention him now. So Tanner Denny went from Mugen to S-Works.
Yes.
But I don't think he's being paid as a professional driver. Like he has travel help. That's why he switched.
I believe he has a real job. So
yeah, so I think Bornhorst is the professional driver.
So now he gets to, I mean, he's worn this hat before, you know what I mean? Well, maybe not so much. He had lots to bounce off, but maybe a good move for him to bounce back, get some, you know, get to where everybody thinks he should be in his career as well. And I don't think you're going to beat him anyway. So, but you know what? Now you're like focus will now switch from Techno and you jumping on them to now probably S-Works because your nemesis is there now.
Before that, look at this.
What's that?
Max writes one word, then he writes two words. Corner speed.
You forgot to. Yeah, we haven't forgot about Spencer Heckert, but Spencer Heckert's great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure if
but he isn't a professional either, is he?
He might be. He might be getting a small salary. He's good enough to get a salary, I would say.
I would assume that Average Joe beats Spencer, right? Don't you think so?
This is his living, so he's got to. Yeah,
but about that, don't you think that Bornhorst leaving Techno has something to do with also the sort of souring of the grapes there with all kinds of tantrums and nationals like Joe getting all mad and even PMB that I wasn't there, but even just all the aggro. You know?
Yeah.
He's being kind of put on timeout, like, hey, chill out.
Yeah, he's kind of, I guess, he doesn't like any of us, so that's a nerd. He doesn't like me. I've never actually ever even really had a conversation with Joe, but
he's a bit emotional.
Well, you got one to talk about emotional.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you are the type to get emotional, you better make sure you win, because then you can get away with it. But if you are emotional and you don't win, then it's like, well, what the hell are we doing here? Like paying you and sending you to all these races and you're getting seventh. Like, I this is pure speculation. I don't know, but he's been there so long. Everyone's all buddy. He's their boy, and then he gets cut over someone else who really hasn't.
Because and Seth
similar results.
And not only that, Seth has not been on their best terms with Techno either.
No. He was running parts. They didn't want him to run. Like he made his own parts or something.
Yeah, exactly.
He was put on timeout. So I don't know.
It's weird. Definitely weird. But I think S-Works goes into America with a solid team. I mean, they got 3 A-mainers there. Tanner Denny had a decent year. It's going to be interesting to see how he does without Mayfield, because a lot of people, he kind of...
I think he'll still have Mayfield. They have friends, they practice together, and S-Works and Mugen are very similar. Mm-hmm. And just the fact that they test and practice together,
tuned in.
I think they'll... Maybe, Bornhorst can tell us the backstory behind his move.
Maybe.
But to go back to Denny, I don't think it will be an issue that he's running an S-Works compared to running the Mugen with the help from Mayfield and testing together and practicing and all that. I think he'll be okay.
Do you think Bornhorst will adapt to the pillow balls easy?
That I don't know at all because I don't know what he prefers, like what kind of driving style he prefers. But the S-Works actually, I think, would be easier than the Mugen because the way the S-Works is, you can have the rear end similar to where the rear end sort of grips. So you have the smooth steering front end going into corners. It's easy to drive. Then you get on power and it doesn't want to suddenly oversteer because the rear also grips. You see what I mean? The Mugen is different where the front end is very numb. Then you get on power and the rear end wants to turn the car. So that's what catches people out. It's that feeling of like a disconnect. It pushes, it oversteers, it pushes, like what the hell is going on? So I think for someone who's run like a C-Hub style for a very long time, going to an S-Works is an easier move to a pillowball car because that jump isn't so big. So I think he'll find that he can make the S-Works easier to drive for him.
Okay. Well,
That's
I don't. You think your New Year's resolution is to beat him, and I just don't see that happening. He'll make A-mains, and you won't.
I'll have to make A-mains then. Whatever it takes to beat the other average Joe. I need to be the top average Joe. Okay, it's my New Year's resolution.
You ain't beating Joe Bornhorst. We'll see how it does, though. Maybe just the change of scenery is good for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
he can be average somewhere else, you know.
See what I mean? You just poked the bird. I can't take you anywhere. All right, so let's talk about techno real quick in terms of things. They got Barufalo, Seth Van Dalen's with them, Tyler Jones, Jared Tebow. It's kind of like they threw those guys all in against each other last year, and the top three came out, and I think they still have a very solid team. And when Barufalo comes to America, he's going to be making.
Go to America?
He's going to DNC. He said so. That's
going to be interesting.
Yeah, but there's another techno that can be in the A-main there with him. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see. I think techno just kind of, they got rid of Kyle McBride. Well, finished with Kyle McBride, picked up Barufalo. I don't think we're going to see an increase in sales and techno in Italy and stuff like that. But, I think I like Barufalo. You know what I mean? I like how he drives, that nonchalant attitude.
I'm curious to see how Barufalo does in Europe.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So do you see that Bornhorst is saying that he's going to be average Joe number 2?
Where did he say that?
Look, I put it on screen.
I would rank him down lower than that.
That means that he's...
No, he's talking about you.
I know. He means that I'm going to be number 2. But
I think you're going to be like average Joe number 4.
What other Joes are there?
That's exactly.
Joe Pilars starting to race again? Or what?
And you are right. RCX, Joey Bourdon had a very impressive year. These young guys are coming, man. Joey Bourdon had a good year last year as well. He almost made he was in the semis at the Nationals, I believe. I believe. I can't remember.
Okay. Then we have TLR. So Fuller left TLR and went HB.
Big surprise there.
That's
big surprise. Yeah, I think it was a big surprise. I mean, they've been with TLR for quite a while. I think Mason Fuller was probably the most impressive young driver of 2021. Not just because of the pass that he made on Mayfield, but he made all finals, I think, mostly his big race finals.
Yeah.
He's 17. He's good. He definitely has a bright future ahead of him. I think his brother Caden is more into, he still races, but more into football and stuff like that. So I think this is a big loss for TLR. Great move for HB.
This is kind of the frustrating thing where you have some kid that you support for so long, and then there's kind of just at that moment like, oh yeah, now these are going to be great, and then they switch. Like Kilic, long time Nemo Racing, them supporting all that shit. Then he has one good race, podiums, Euros, gone. You know, Fuller, clearly on the map now, gone. You know, it's so common. Like right at that moment, and just done. So I don't know.
Well, I
think for them, yeah, he's just going to keep on improving. You know,
he won this past weekend at
first race with HB.
Yeah.
So brand new car, very different to his own. Beats Tebow, and who else was there?
Seth and Allen.
Yeah, Seth and Tebow. So
well, I mean, he's also beat them there on the TLR, but we're not like, let's be honest, the HB car is probably one of the best cars out there at the moment. So, and you know, I said this on the turn and when on the turn with Mark Santeria and Bobby Wood the other day, and I stand by this, and this is no disrespect to my boy Cole, but I think that Mason Fuller is going to be HB's top driver by the end of this year. That's a bold statement, but I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Not because, okay, so let me get this straight so people don't get upset and say, well, Cole is definitely faster driver, but it depends which Cole shows up. You know, you got the Cole that can come from a lap behind and unlap himself and kill it. Then we have the Cole where he makes a mistake. Monterita says, I'm on crack.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if that would happen, if he would be the
right by results, because Mason Fuller is getting those results.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not saying that Cole he's as faster than Cole Ogden. I'm just saying Cole Ogden, you know, it's either he's going to win it or he's going to be 10th.
You have a good lawyer.
Why?
You're going to get another cease and desist
from who?
So,
HB.
The thing is that the team that he was running for before. Their car was not necessarily as good and easy to drive as the HB.
I agree with you there.
But he got the results with that car. Now he has an HB.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think even that, when they get that HB dialed for him, he will have even more confidence to push.
Yeah, and he's good. Like he isn't scared. He's like, I like him. Like I know his dad. I like he's not being he's being a champion. He's not being a fanboy. Like, you know what I mean? And it's I think now HB is kind of in that position that Techno was in. They got Cole. He's obviously moved up to number one. You know, been second number one in America, but overall when Ronafalk was there, he was number two.
Yeah.
Now it's easy to be a number two driver. Very easy to be a number two driver because the number one is always there to, you know, not saying that they ever carried him, but I've seen Cole with David and Adrian, and it's a different Cole that I've seen at other races. So I know that when he gets around David and Adrian, he was at another level. Now he has to step up to this level that David's at. And then he has Jackson Brunson, who's probably the next guy after this, is 21. An age I'm talking about, who I just interviewed her the other day. Pavitas. And now you have, and then the Fuller brothers, or let's just say more Mason than anybody. HB's in that position that Techno was in, where they have these top drivers. I think, like, you know, these top drivers, like Jackson still makes A-mains and stuff like that. He can pull off a top 5 when everything's going good. But Pavitas as well. Pavitas made lots of A-mains last year.
He made the Nationals main.
Yeah, he's good. So, but which one of these 4 guys are going to be ahead of each other, who's going to be the top, number one HB guy at SIC this weekend? So it's you know, I love the way Cole drives, and I like how he's embraced the crazy mullet bearded redneck, you know, drinking beer, riding a scooter around, fucking off road. I like fucking off road. It's fun. It's my pastime. You know what I mean? Cole Ogden sells cars. I think HB sells cars. You know what I mean? I think David Ronafalk sells cars. I mean,
but I mean, I would agree with what Joey said. That both things. Joey first said that it's about money with those young guys leaving.
Yeah.
And then he says that Cole Ogden sells cars. I kind of agree with
he does.
both, but it's not always just money. Like when those young drivers, they sort of make it in a way. Mm-hmm. If they aren't on the brand that's in at that moment, they somehow think like, oh, if I get that brand, I'll do even better.
Right.
You know? So even if they get the same offer from where they are now versus that shiny diamond brand that they think they'll do better at, they'll switch, you know, which is a mistake 99% of the time, but they do that. So yes, sometimes it's like where they are, they are not offered a deal, somewhere else they are, okay, they switch. But other times, and surprisingly often, they could have the same where they are, but they switch because they think in their mind that other brand is somehow more established or more cool or whatever, and they switch, you know?
Well, HB is definitely the most popular, I would say probably the most popular car in America right now. It's on the East Coast. You got it in the Midwest, on in Texas, and you got it's saturated over on the West Coast, California, Pacific Northwest. So
yeah, I don't know. I think Mugen and Techno have been very popular in America. I don't know how they are now compared to HB. I don't know. But also one thing that skews that opinion a bit is that the people who are active in racing, they are sponsored, okay? So they get discounts. And when you have a brand that's just pushing out cheap cars to everyone, yeah, there are many cars. But you have to look at like everyone who's buying cars, and I don't know what that number would be.
Right,
because
right.
not like the ones who are more active, that's who we see more, right? So we see whoever the brand is that's giving good deals to everyone, basically. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know the truth.
I honestly think that the followers are just gonna, win. And Pavitas, I think, he likes the car as well, and he'll do good. And I think the most surprising move for me was Action Jackson.
Wait, before I forget, one thing. To what I said about the cars, like who is actually the biggest, I had an idea for this. I spoke with House of RC about, to where each manufacturer would be able to input their sales quantity of 8-scale buggies, nitro and electric, and even truggies, for example, or maybe even other scales too, anonymously. But House of RC could control it in a way where they know who has been sent the link to provide the statistics, but they don't know who has then inputted. So let's say there are like 12 brands, right? So we need 12 responses to this form. And if everyone is honest and puts in the numbers, then we can know the sales of 8-scale nitro buggies, for example, annually for these brands, but we don't know which is which. Do you see what I mean? Like, we don't know how many Mayako sold or how many Associated sold or TLR or HB, but we have the numbers. That would be something really useful, I think, for everyone, because we would understand that true size of the market.
I got you. I know what you mean, like a census almost.
And if just technically, if it's possible to do in a way where everyone feels safe, like they are truly doing this anonymously, so no one can trace it back to like, oh, this is what Associated sold. I don't see a reason why everyone wouldn't do it, because I think we can all gain from that. We have an understanding of where the industry is at, and if it's growing or shrinking, or like if we make some changes, if it's helping, right? I think that would be something really good. So I hope they will manage to set that up so we can have actual numbers that the CEO of Associated goes in and puts in the numbers, and Horizon for TLR, and that numbers are real. We just can't connect them to the actual company. You see what I mean?
What you mean.
That would be really cool. I hope that happens.
Yeah, there you go. Make it happen. That's his new project.
Yeah, that's, well, one of them.
All right. So real quick, let's touch on Ryan Pavitas. I think he's going to do well. I mean, we talked to him as well. So he looks like he's happy there. He has all the guys in California that can help him out with that car. I see Pavitas being better too. Like, with the car and just with all the amount of people that he has around him to help him out with it. I don't know. He always said, but he said to me just is never really comfortable with his AE car as well, so.
Maybe.
But he did well with it.
It's like he was at AE, like they're right there also.
Yeah.
Like he had a lot of people around him too, so.
Yeah, I would say so. Hey guys, share this. We had 178 people online. Let's try and get over 200 tonight. We haven't had 200 over a while. All right, Action Jackson Brunson. I think for me, even though like Jackson Brunson isn't a top 3 driver or even a top 5 driver, he makes mains. But when he left Associated, and I actually interviewed him. He's been with Associated for quite a long time. And I mean, his really good friends with Spencer, and he gets along with Saxton and all that guys.
I was actually surprised he switched.
Me too. I was so shocked. So shocked because how close he was with those guys. And I talked to him, and he just says, he goes, I want to, like most people, I want something different. I want to try something different, see how it goes. I think he lives in Georgia right with Cole, hangs out with Cole, all that type of stuff. So, yeah, everybody's saying people sell cars. Man, I think the HB sells itself, to be honest.
Well, no, it's like you need to have the people there, and then you need to give good discounts.
Yeah, that's what sells. That's what sells a lot of HBs too. Discounts, like anything else. All right, who else? So HB, powerful squad of drivers going in. Oh, Jessica Paulson also switched to him. I guess that's the other European big move over in Sweden.
I heard from some buddies were telling me that would be the death of HB.
I heard that too.
Sorry. COVID.
I knew you was gonna say that. No more beer for you.
Death of HB in Sweden, but we'll see.
Yeah, no more. Oh, thanks for sharing. Okay, all my family stuff lately. All my stuff, no problem. Anthony RC. Yeah. So I don't know.
And Mejubi also.
Mejubi to HB, so that's a good move for France. I think Thomas Musso is.
Yeah, he's still HB.
Yeah, still HB. So. Solid team. I mean, they saved a lot of money with getting with no Adrian.
Yeah, but okay,
they spent all that money back out again.
Okay, so I know because Mayako was looking to get an American driver also.
Right.
So there was obviously Ronne Falk. He's European, but he's sort of a global driver. Mm-hmm. But then the idea was to also get an American driver, right? So like Pavitas, Fuller, they were at least on the last finishing stretch. And I know that HB was very aggressive at signing a bunch of people.
Yeah, so they spent all that money out.
Okay, we save money on Ronne Falk and Adrian. Let's just throw it at all these people and see what we can do.
Yeah.
That was the feeling I got. Because it's like, like when you have an auction. So you're like, $100, 200, wow, yeah. And then at some point you're like, okay, this is getting a bit ridiculous, so just take it, Like, that's how it was. That's how it felt. So,
I think...
They are actually, yes, they don't have Ronne Falk and they don't have Adrian, but they are spending money, Let's get that straight. So, yes, Pavitas, Brunson, Fuller, Mejubi, new signings. Mm-hmm. Was there someone else?
Paulson. I think Moorish, her dad's going to be the distributor. So
yeah, but those guys didn't switch for free, No, they are all spending money on those guys.
Yeah,
not just the free stuff.
No travel.
So,
all that stuff. So
it's interesting to see if that
costs a lot. People that costs a lot of money. That type of having that many people on your team and trying to get travel and all that stuff. It's hard. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. So, yeah, but they do win the Kool-Aid Award, but they have a squad.
Yeah.
How long is it going to last, though?
I don't know.
Oh, and I'm going to stoke this flame right now. Just throw a little gasoline on this one. I definitely think there might be a little bit of HB rivalry towards Mayako coming on this year. Just a touch.
I think you can maybe stoke that during the year.
Yeah. Stoke it. Well, remember when you almost got beat up by Team HB at DNC?
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, they haven't forgot about that one.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that David was their top guy, and they kind of left a year. Maybe they think you stole David from HB, but you didn't. I know the story with that. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But dude, they got a squad. Techno's got a squad, 4 guys roughly if Buffalo comes. HB's got a squad. Not just 2 drivers, but 3. HB has 3 possible drivers that can make amen at.
I would say, you know what? Mayako has a squad too.
Yeah, quite a squad.
It's like a scalpel squad.
Yeah, it's a European squad.
So we can talk about him next. So it's not even made official online yet because we didn't have a picture. But so Alex Sanketin.
Yeah, so
from TLR to Mayako.
So people may not know who Sanketin is, or they might know him as Zanchetin. by a lot of people. But Zancatini was the fastest Italian guy.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago.
Yeah, like all of those guys who came up sort of around the same time, you know. Sancatin, Berton, Baruffolo, Ongaro. He was the guy, you know. He won those races at Padova. Even when Tessman and all these guys went there, he would win with the TLR. He made the main at the Worlds 2014 when they were in Italy. And then he kind of faded away. But he wants to come back. Like, he has the motivation to come back. And the reason I was interested in him was I remember one race. It was the Bitti design contest in Italy. And they had this super pole where everyone would drive alone on the track, I believe. Oh, no. Was it like everyone drove and then a few people dropped out? And then, like, when I dropped out, then I watched from the driver's stand. And I remember watching Sancatin drive, and his car. Oh my God! I'm not even gonna say what car he drove back then, but it looked like a pile of shit. Really, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Like, I think his setup just was so bad.
Right.
Like, it would do these weird things. I'm like, what the hell? But then you could see like he did a lap and it did some weird thing in 3 different places. Then the next lap, 2 different places, then that one last place, and then he nailed it, right?
Oh.
But that was like him, you know?
Okay.
Like, so he just drove the car to its limit, he figured out where it was, and then he just made an amazing lap. And it's like, I was looking at that, I'm like, okay, I can't do that. Like, that's crazy. You know, like, I could just tell that he has what it takes. Maybe he doesn't know what to do in the pits, but when he's twiddling his thumbs, he drives with a stick radio.
Drives a stick radio? Okay.
Like, he knows what he's doing. Like, he's a great driver. Like, that's the moment I was looking like, holy shit.
Well, I mean, and not only that, they have Zancatine, they have Hampusberg, which a lot of people may not know, but it's like Ronald Falk's protege, and he's really good too. And then you have Max, who's better than him, and then when
not true.
Then this, believe it or not, this guy can still drive. B main
I'm
all the way.
going to make a comeback. I'm making a that's my New Year.
Yeah, you got that
New
New
Year's
resolution. You got that. How about not making a comeback?
No, I'm definitely
maybe then you
making
would have a comeback.
But anyway, so let me finish my point, which is yes, Ronne Falk, amazing global star, obviously. Confident he will perform. Sancatin is the sleeper, seriously. I'm looking forward to work with him, getting the car where he likes it. Even if he doesn't know what he needs, maybe I can help there, because I know he has what it takes. Okay? So I'm excited about that. And then, as you mentioned, Hampus Berg, up and coming, Ronne Falk's protege, and Max. I'm still better than Max.
No, you're not. And then we have Cody. Cody says he's going to be racing this year, and that's good to see. And
look, Joseph getting lapped Quagrain.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. Grandma Quagrain. Grandma Quagrain. And
he'll be really embarrassed next year, Maxwell.
All right. So let's move on. Enough about Mayako. It's got a
did
squad.
We cover lots?
We have not covered lots. We'll cover lots, then we'll go talk about the AE and TLR. What's the word I'm looking for? Purge, or the purge of drivers that they had.
Let's mention Lutz, McBride, and
Well, let's talk about McBride because we're not really surprised with McBride. We knew he was going S-Works.
Yeah.
So
McBride, I'm just like, he needs to settle down. Like, find a car brand, stick with it, and do your thing.
I think so. He's fast. We know he can drive.
Yeah, it's like McBride is the kind of driver it's not really a question of equipment or skill or talent, more sort of mental side, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, make the right decision, make up your mind, like, figure out what the hell you want, and then do that. Like, he can get much better results than what he has now.
I agree with you there.
And it's all in his head.
I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Well, he's like 4th in the world, like twice in a row or something like. he can get slightly better result. You know,
You mean he can win? No, he's good.
He can win.
He's good.
You know,
Kyle McBride is good enough to win the Worlds.
yes, he is.
All right, so let's talk about. I don't think anybody in RC was upset about this. I was actually happy about this. I said this should have happened last year. Not saying anything about WRC, but I think that I think that Lutz going to. Okay, so I had Lutz. Someone told me he was going Mugen, right? But I think I got that conversation mixed up because it was CJ that went Mugen through a third party sponsor, right? So that's a little different too. So it seems like he just wanted to get a different car and try something different. Because be honest with you, CJ was getting zero support at races from Kyosho. I mean, at the Nationals, they had to pit with Brent. You know, like, and they're A-main drivers, so they had to pit with Brent. So, and just like Kyosho, maybe they have cars and stuff throughout America, but definitely not what they used to be at the races. Like, you don't see Kyosho tents and all that type of stuff. Yeah. I know Kyosho is big and decent in Europe, and I know it's decent in Asia. I'm not disputing that. But Lutz, it's funny, Lutz messaged me about an hour with his video of his drop, right, where he was going. And I was like, oh, I already know where you're going. You're going Mugen. And
you know where I'm going?
No, Lutz.
To pee.
Oh, yeah, go pee. We have a bathroom right there. So when Lutz sent me that, So when Lutz sent me that, I thought, yeah, Lutz is going to be Mugen. He's just going to be in RC, maybe part-time. You know, I heard so many things about it. And then when he made the announcement about Kyosho, I was just like, wow. I was so happy for him. So happy for Lutz because he said he has a 2-year contract and he you know, just, he kind of needed this stability, I think. You know, not saying he didn't have it at, well, you mean he did a year at WRC. That was tumultuous in the beginning. It got better as he got more in and like when Rob Isaac came on and Matt Kennedy from Sendet got involved with WRC, things got better. But, you know, it was just like, for me, this is the move that I thought Lutz should have made back in 2020 or 2020, sorry. And after he left Agama, I thought that he was going to go Kyosho and just, you know, ride off into the sunset on the white horse and be a hero. Now, I don't think this idiot. I don't think that this guy. Do you think that Lutz is going to rekindle and regrow Kyosho in America?
No.
I think because he's just a team driver. He's not a manager. So his job is not to he will sell cars. That's for sure. He'll help sell cars, and the Kyosho guys will have somebody to look up to finally in America. And I think he'll do well with the car as well.
I think there are a few problems. There's more competition now. Like back when Kyosho was really big.
And they're still doing things the same as they were doing back in the day.
There's more competition now. There's better discounts now. They made a worse MP9 with another cease and desist. God damn it. But you know what I mean? Like, they had arguably the best car. Okay? They had a bunch of the best drivers. And there was less competition. Mm-hmm. Okay, they could get away with it. Now, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, it takes more than just a driver. In this case, because they need to have the infrastructure, team manager.
Yes.
They need to be at races. Yep. They can't be, you know, even though, and I asked Lutz, I said, so is this going to be like a team manager role? Or how's he goes, no, Keenan, he goes, I'm probably going to be at these races on my own with my pit guy and till we grow something, but no team manager, nothing like that. And
the reason I say no is because remember the last few years with Kyosho, like they had Tebow, they had Zach Rogers, was it?
Yes, Zach Rogers started to get good. Yeah.
Zach Rogers, Tebow, Jelin. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. There was someone. I can't remember even who was there. There were a bunch of good drivers anyway, and they had a pit, but it was like stale, like nothing was happening.
In 2018 when we went to DNC.
Yeah, for example, that's a good example. So I just, yes, it's good for Lutz, but I don't see Kyosho doing anything with it.
Yeah,
maybe a more interesting question is what will Lutz do?
Yeah, what will Lutz do? I mean, so I think Lutz came very close to probably being out of RC. From just, I can read between the lines. I think he had one foot out the door and was ready to go, go to a normal job, normal life, civilian life.
Yeah, it was close.
I would say it's very close. So to see this, I'm happy for him. He's got 2 years. He said, he's got a steady paycheck. He's got a decent car on the platform and all that. It's not saying that the WRC isn't decent, but he has that legacy. You know what I mean? That's one thing Kyosho still has is that legacy. So hopefully he can do something with it. I think Lutz is 30 and closer to 40 now. So it might be 40 when this finishes.
I'm not sure.
Right. So we shall see. But for me, personally, I was so happy for Lutz. I think this was the best move for a driver. Like Lutz, I mean, come on, like how going like it has to get tiresome, like by the skin of your teeth every year getting a ride. Because I think, and for a man that has 4 kids, his wife's ill all the time, he has a lot on his plate. And he is the nicest guy, and I really like Lutz, and I'm happy for him, man. To be honest, I'm very happy for him. And he's pushing his Alpha Dragon line, and,
I would say that Lutz won that DXR race with Agama, right? And he had a second result that was impressive also.
He won with the Agama. I think he won like SIC or not SIC, won a race time race.
Yeah, so I think that he can do better with the Kyosho compared to the Agama.
Yeah, I think so too. And we'll see.
So if he has the motivation, the time, the drive to test, get the car good, practice, sharpen his skills, go to the races prepared, I think he can do well.
I agree with you. And I hope he does.
Lutz is in a weird way, sort of like McBride, in a sense, where, in my opinion, the only thing that has held him back from greater success is his mind.
I always tell him he has to get angry.
Like, he is capable of more, but he hasn't achieved that. And it's not the equipment. It's not like it's his mental approach or his preparation, like one of the two. But even if it's his preparation, it's also in the mind.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Like the time you set apart, the way you do it, like it's not, he has the skill. We know that, okay? He has the skill, the talent. He has had the equipment. There's no excuse. Like, why?
As Tony Noonan says, Clinic RC, we'll see this weekend. We will see a lot this weekend. All right. I want to touch on WRC real quick. They made some not big moves like with Lutz and all that stuff, but I definitely see their team growing throughout America and also in England and Europe and stuff like that. So they signed Austin Woodyard, who was a very good young Serpent driver out of the East Coast, and it looks like he's going to be there. And Spencer Klein is a Midwest guy, young kid that's coming up, and Chris Morant is another Midwest fast guy. So while they didn't make any really big giant moves, they got some decent regional fast guys, and they also race on a national stage. So it's going to be interesting to see. That they actually are growing. Like they got regional managers all across America, like kind of like what we had to do with JQ Racing.
Yeah.
So I see all of that. And
hey, what's this trivia question? So it's been here for a while.
All right. So we have a trivia question from Benjamin because we're gonna cool. I got it.
Thanks, these lots.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Daiquiri man. I need your address, dude. You won a hat last time, and don't worry, everybody who I have to send out, we have to get their Christmas prizes sent out. I'm working on it. I've been busy. With this guy.
Were you pointing at me?
Because you've kept me busy the last few days.
Yeah, so go over that question, then let's finish up the silly season. Then we have to go interactive, okay? Because this is live.
Yeah. So
the audience.
We'll do the question when we go to the interactive.
Oh, okay.
So
you have it all planned out.
All right. So biggest for me. All right. So let's go to TLR. TLR lost the Fullers. They lost a bunch of guys like Jose Alvarado, who I never thought would leave TLR. Bryce Beaver, all these regional fast guys out of California. Zankatine. but I haven't seen much people go back to TLR. Tom Rennerconnect, who I'm saying his name wrong, or Tom from R1.
Tom R.
You know, he goes to CRC and wins it for X-Ray. First ride out of TLR. Mason Fuller goes to Hobbyplex and wins it for HB.
Yeah.
How does TLR feel right now? No offense, TLR. I'm just saying, it feels, you know.
Who does TLR have? They have
Cav
Fend,
and
Cavalieri.
And Cav.
Fend and Cavalieri.
I'm sure they have some other drivers too, but I don't know who on what level.
Okay. In Europe, they have Fend and Cavalieri. Right? Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Associated also, they had Clancy, Mutt, Pavitas, Bronson leave, like B team guys or whatever they
Well, if they're B team, you're C. Yeah.
I'm the J team.
Yeah.
But I'm serious. Like, okay, they have Rivkin and Aiden Horn and
Cole Tollard,
and then they have Ongara in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it just seems like they still need an 8-scale guy early in America. Though. Still seems like they need one.
Saxton.
Well, they signed Jermaine Robinson too.
Oh, okay.
And then it's funny, Bryce Beaver and like all those guys went to AE. I think Jermaine Robinson was a good signing for him. He's fast, young guy. Yeah. He's gonna be fast.
Okay, let's cover engines quick. So we had Ogden, maybe the biggest move.
Yes, very big move.
Like Reds for life kind of
8
guy.
years. 8 years.
8 years with Reds. He goes ultimate.
Yes, big power move from Ultimate and Beach RC. Congratulations.
So OS-based engine now. Let's see how that goes.
Seth Van Dalen over to them. I mean,
from block.
Yeah.
From block to ultimate.
Yeah. And engine-wise, I mean, ELSC Tune got Cavalieri. Good move for them. Will it help them sell a lot of engines? I don't know. I like the looks of the engines.
I don't know.
Red seems to be the big engine loser this year.
Well, they got Barufalo, though.
Okay.
Reds went.
Yeah, and they have Fuller. I guess Fuller will be their guy in America now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Rodney Falk, obviously, it was kind of the catalyst of his whole switch. So, yet to be announced.
Corsa Tech.
Yeah, that's what he's running on his bodies, stickers and stuff.
If you don't have any
performer in at Corsa Tech, and
yeah,
I guess we'll find out what that is
in the
coming weeks.
We will. Who else? No big tire moves. Like J Concepts didn't really pick up anybody big. I don't think.
I think Hot Race. They signed Berton. Maybe he's been like open, running whatever. Or maybe he was AKA, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I think he was running, because I saw at Buggyland, I think he was running Hot Race and AKA and like mixing stuff. Mm-hmm. So,
real quick, back on engines, Walter Carpenter brought up something. Joe Braunhorst and Rivkin are going to be running Drake engines.
Oh, yeah.
And let's go. Let's get back on engines.
Actually, that reminds me. So I saw this picture, which was like the ultimate picture. It was Joe Braunhorst wearing a Drake t-shirt. And then you sent it to me and, hey, here's your best friend. And then I replied, wearing my other best friend's t-shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So 2 reasons why I need to beat Bornhorst.
Yeah. So, but this means that Drake's these guys are gonna be getting contingency. Oh yeah, Drake is. I did not see that. Tyler Jones as well.
Drake engines.
I did not see that. All right.
Drake is expanding.
Yeah. But what it is, I'm
signaling to end. Mean his waistline.
No, he's lost a lot of weight.
I know. He's expanding. On
I need to follow the Drake's way of dieting. Also, is on. But what we're seeing now is this is the year of signature engines.
Yeah. The engines and tires. Jesus Christ. There's like 1 billion tire brands. One also on this podcast is a new sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
And 1 billion fucking engine brands.
Yes, there is. Mostly all OS engines. Though.
Yeah.
And then Mayfield is going to run ProTech engines for A-Main and have his own line. So I guess, is it now? And I can't really say, but I think Tiba is going on a similar route with his engines as well.
Okay,
so I think it's going to
be even more like pick your favorite driver, run the engine.
Yeah, it seems that. And don't forget, did we say Angaro's? Yeah, Angaro's got his own.
Yeah, Angaro too. So basically, there are so many engine brands and lines and this and that no one's going to sell enough of anything. You know the biggest loser in this, actually?
Nitro Racing.
No, I think Drake. Because
Oh.
he's like, he had his line, right? So if they were like fanboys, they'd run his engine, right? But now there's like, oh, you can pick Tebow or Ongaro or Mayfield.
Right.
Or like all these other guys, you know?
Well, we guys were talking.
I guess he'll break them in.
Yeah, like Clinic RC, all OS spec 2, pick your favorite color head.
Yeah.
What this does is we need another couple of different type of engine brands now.
Yeah,
That's
all
what we
the
need
same now.
We need like a Nova Rossi back or something that can challenge and make these companies push to get better.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's a good point, because if everyone's kind of acknowledged like, okay, this is the best, everyone runs this.
Yeah.
Who's going to push for actually improvement? Because everyone's running the same thing.
And not only that, there's no sub.
There's no need to.
There's no sub $250 and like, let's be honest. You hate Nova Rossi, but I'm going to tell you right now, the $150 P5 was probably the best deal you can get as a nitro racer. I had a bunch of them.
Yeah, you know what? I need to do a YouTube video about this actually.
Yeah, look.
An engine test for the affordable good engine. What is it? Like Reds have it used to be R5R, but it's something new now. I can't remember the name, but they have one that's like the entry level yet good engine.
Mm-hmm.
And then OS has the blue head. XR something.
Max, I said this all last year.
I can't remember the name now. X something. Someone help me in the chat. OS has a blue top engine, which is like a cheap version. It doesn't have any.
Oh, the RXS.
Anyway, so they have
yes,
one.
the RZB.
XZB.
Something like that.
I don't know. Anyway, Pico. Yeah, OS XZB2.
That's what it is.
XBZ. No one knows. Anyway, it's something like that. So should get the Reds cheap one, the OS cheap one, and then of course Degani always
and a P5. Got a P5.
Are they still available?
You could at one point you could get a P5 $125 on Amazon.
But I don't know anymore. But then SH also, because Degani always goes on about them. Like, what's his hashtag? Hashtag OS wasted cash.
Yeah.
So get all those sort of affordable engines, break them in, run them, do a comparison. That could be interesting because we know that all these OSEs, they are expensive. Right? So what can you do if that's too expensive for you? There has to be a solution for that too.
Yeah, but it still doesn't. It's still there's nobody pushing them, so they don't have to be. They don't have to be better. Thank you, Fabian, for the super chat. We appreciate that.
Yeah, Flashpoint. I guess Flashpoint would be the cheapest
OS-based engine.
OS-based. That's not that OS XZB.
Okay. All right.
That one too. So would have to get all those. Check the pricing.
He says, "Can I send you a Reds 521?"
What is that? I don't know. Who is that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, Savoya still runs Pico.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I don't know. I've heard some rumors about that.
You'll get in trouble, Joseph.
Okay, this is live. I'm not going to say anything. We had something we were going to do.
No, we got to talk about no big tire moves. The only thing is that we're still kind of waiting because the thing was we heard that maybe Ongaro is going to hot race.
Barufalo left hot race kind of in a suddenly like a hissy fit. Like what happened, but then Berton went there. Or maybe that, but I was thinking like because I know Barufalo and Ongaro have some beef. So if Ongaro was going to go to hot race, I thought Barufalo would leave, but Ongaro hasn't said anything. So I don't know if that's coming or if it didn't happen. So,
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I will say this: hot race has stamped the authority. I would say that they are probably top 3 tire brand now in the world, in America.
Yeah, so we have Proline and AKA both got bought by Horizon. So there were a lot of drivers who their deals were cut. For Europe, I know that there's some availability issues, even not just like team driver stuff, but just generally like, I want your tires. I cannot get your tires. Like, that's pretty bad. Then we have J Concepts, but J Concepts, they don't have pre-glued tires, only bulk. so you have to glue them yourselves. In Europe, that's a big deal. So J Concepts is pretty much dead in Europe. In America, they're strong. Hot Race, strong in Europe, getting stronger in America. So I would say they are in the mix. It's like Proline, aka J Concepts, Hot Race. Like Hot Race has become one of those brands.
Yeah, it has.
Right?
I would say it has.
But I would say in Europe, there's also Sismic.
Yes.
And Sismic is special because they have a very different compound to the other tire brands. And not just the compound, but also their tread design. So they have that tire Magma, which it's like a diamond shape. The diamond is like gaps in the tread, and then the pin that makes that diamond shape is very small. So the combination of the tread being very sort of soft and flexible with the small pin, and the compound, which is very, I shouldn't say very. The compound, which I think is some kind of synthetic rubber that is different to the other.
Magma 2.0.
It's different. RCMU. It's different to the other tire manufacturers at the moment. What has happened is that there are certain conditions where that tire is way better, like above.
And oil conditions,
like oil tracks or tracks with like multi surfaces or a certain kind of humidity. Like there will just be a track where it's like, oh my god, like everyone who's running Sismic is like half a second faster than anyone else. And that's Magma 2.0.
So I
think that's interesting, and it hasn't caught on in America at all, I think. But I'm sure that there are tracks and conditions in America also where someone puts that tire on and they'll just be ahead of the game.
Well, I think Nemo is bringing in Seismic in America. And,
okay.
But I just think like, I just think like Hot Race, AKA is kind of, they still have Tebow and Lutz and Proline and J Concepts. So obviously Proline and J Concepts on a different level. I would say J Concepts is probably near the top right now, if I had to say anything. Tires in the industry.
I mean,
like top tire brand in the industry. I think we have to give it.
You have to look globally though. Like J Concepts in America,
yes.
But then in Europe and the rest of the world, no.
Yes. So,
but whereas you can go anywhere and you see Proline.
Right. I agree there.
AKA you used to. I think they kind of not anymore that much.
Right. So but now I also see with Drake over on the West Coast, which I knew was going to happen. He's going to increase the presence of J Concepts over their period, and he's already started, and it's happening. But I just think, like I said, Hot Race is just there in that group of those top tires.
I would say so.
And then you got like even Lugs, who's a sponsor of this podcast. Thank you, Lugs. They made some good moves this year, and they're getting their brand out. So right now, from there on, like it's like there's Hot Racing and tires, they're on a certain level, and then all the other tires are kind of all battling it out behind them for that.
But we did this. There were like 15 brands. Like there was Lugs, VP Pro, James, Jetco, Sismic, Sweep, new one, TZO. What am I forgetting?
I don't know. We should have probably wrote this down.
There are more. Name them in chat.
Yeah. We need all the Pro Circuit.
Yeah, Pro Circuit. Tyler Wiggins.
I don't know who that is.
Jared Wiggins.
Panther Tires. Panther's still around.
Panther. There we go.
Raw Speed.
Shit,
we forgot about that. OGO, we said that.
OGO, the new
T-Pro,
one.
Hot Race.
GRP is T-Pro.
Hot Race.
See what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So when we get Beta, there we go. So there's probably already 10. So we have those main ones, aka Proline, Hot Race, J Concepts, right? But then after that, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
10 brands right there. Yeah, nuts. HB Performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we got over 204 people in there and we had it for a steady time. Thanks, guys. Keep it going.
So we have a lot of people. We should do those questions now.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to.
Interactive.
Yeah, well, we have a trivia question. I don't have a prize for this, unfortunately. Maybe we can think of a prize for this. We should do a giveaway. I don't have anything.
Let's give you away.
Now, nobody wants me. I'm cost too much. I'm high maintenance. Right there. We don't have nothing to give away. I know nothing. We have nothing to give away this week. So this trivia question was sent in.
Yoda.
Who? No, you're not giving away Grogu. This question was sent to my buddy Benjamin James, who's a big trivia fan, and he knows a lot of RC history. And we had some fun doing trivia on the Christmas show. And he asks, this is his trivia question. So the person who gets this, all right, so this is how it's going to work. Hopefully we'll have NNRC shirts at DNC, right? Okay. So whoever...
I have to organize that, I guess?
Yes. All right, so whoever gets this trivia question, if you live in America or you have a way that we can get this to you in Europe, if there's any Europeans in here, you'll win an NNRC shirt from DNC. So... this is being as we have SIC coming up this weekend, the first big race of we have to talk about that real quick, make some picks too. The first big race of a busy, very busy season. SIC or Southern Indoor Championships is in its 10th running in 2022. Who was the Pro Nitro Buggy champion at the first SIC in 2013? Whoever gets that answer, they can. All right, so look, actually, Mike Walker says he'll donate a high-tech hat as well, and a high-tech hat. So
I'll donate Lefty's hat.
Yeah, mine are too small for my head, so I hope I need a bigger head.
What was the question? I missed it.
Oh, maybe you should pay attention.
SIC something.
So we're now in the 10th running of the SIC race.
Yeah.
Who was the... got it. Cody Thompson got it right. It was Cole Ogden. He won the first SIC race in 2013. Congratulations, Cody. I'll give that to you at DNC. I'll see you there, good buddy. So that was good. Maybe we're going to do some more things like that.
Okay, I have an idea. Super chats.
Oh, well, there you go.
Super chat your questions. Remember, you can also donate just $1, right?
Yeah, 99 cents.
99 cents. That's the minimum. Super Chat gets questions and you get answers when we are over 200 people watching. And we are 196. So please share this or tell your moms to watch.
Okay? We have a few more things to talk about, though. So let's see.
So we are going to wait for Super Chat questions and over 200 people watching.
All right.
How about that?
So let's bring up
demands.
Let's talk about something that we haven't talked about yet. So we're here. Beach RC has signed S-Works. They're gonna be distributing S-Works. Congratulations to them.
Go to the negatives already.
Yeah, well, it is kind of negative for you, but I mean, no longer distributing Mayako. For me, it's a little bit sad because Brent's kind of been there with us from when we started growing and getting bigger in America. Unfortunately, though, it's not gonna happen. It's a business decision at the end of the day. But I am happy for them to get S-Works. I'm also happy for them to get Badlands and make something of it. And there will be a Mayako USA, right, Joseph? Because I know a lot of people were asking about that.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a shame that Beach didn't continue and won't carry Mayako spare parts. But it doesn't really slow Mayako down in any way. So Mayako... we'll have a Mayako USA, which is a logistics company in Illinois. Do you say Illinois? Or Illinois? Illinois. Anyway, over there. It's not Horizon, okay? But stock will be in America, shipping out usa.mayako.com. Mm-hmm. Shit, I said it. Damn, the site isn't open yet. Damn, this was live.
I can't go back on that one.
The members are testing it out. Anyway, that's where it's going to be. And also, A-Main is going to carry the parts. A-Main Hobbies, we all know that website. And others also. We're going to hook Revelation up. Revelation Raceway in California is going to have parts, I'm sure. Supported everything else we do, so why not this? So it's not going to be an issue to get parts. It's just a shame that Beach RC decided not to keep doing it. In my defense, I would say that... Can I go on?
No.
Oh, I'll just say this. They are selling S-Works too, They aren't exclusive Mayako, so just because they can't be exclusive Mayako, I don't see why that was such a big deal. But that was the reason. So there you go. Now you know. The world knows. Hey, you give and take a bit in this world. Yin and yang.
Oh my gosh. Mike Hess wants to know, will you have production? He goes, will you have production available before PMB in April?
Have what?
Production available before PMB in April.
Yes. So the Mayako situation is that e-buggy, which will be debuted at the DNC, is available for members only because it's a prototype. It's like a pure prototype, really. You'll see. Like that's what something that e-buggy is something that only professional drivers for a brand would normally have. But now it's like 200 people around the world who are members have it. But the production nitro buggy, that's something anyone can buy. You don't even have to be a member. You can start ordering now before the end of this month. And both of those will be available in March.
When
is PMB? Mid-April. It's like March, first week of April. Yeah, PMB. We should be there, and they both should be available before that.
Yeah, Mike says, I'll order my buggies right now if I know I'll have nitro by PMB.
Yeah, well, you can get your membership now, but you can't pre-order yet. But be ready because the e-buggies might sell out. I don't know. It's possible. We have enough members to where they could sell out. So, yeah.
All right.
Membership first. There are people actually who have signed up for the memberships now, and they're just waiting to be able to then.
Okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. All right. We don't have. All right. Nobody's giving anything. So let's get some chats going here. Let's get some questions going. So we guys are going to take some time, guys. You guys can ask us some questions. Actually, we had a patron question the other day.
Mike Hess is already a member. Okay, then just stay on Discord, and the information will be shared there.
Yeah, I had a question about bladders that I wanted you to check out because it was from a patron. So hold on for a second.
Bladders.
Yeah, man, all about bladders. Where is it? Hold on, did I lose it already? If you guys have any questions, write them in the chat there. If you guys feel like giving some super chats, that goes towards DNC. Everything is appreciated. Where is it? Did I do it here? Okay, where is it? Somebody had asked a question, dude. It was about bladders. I think it was about the soft bladders, when to use emotion, and like just what's the difference between like a soft bladder, a hard bladder, and all that type of stuff.
Jerry says that the thing is that his girl has a tiny bladder, and she's always in the bathroom.
I have a tiny bladder too. That's why I pee 5 times a night, and I drink a lot of water.
I would say that most drivers should run emulsion most of the time because emulsion just makes the suspension sort of more plush, more forgiving. It makes the car a bit easier to drive, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. When you add bladders, you can gain a bit of speed, as in a tenth a lap maybe, or something like that. But most people, it's not really about that tenth. It's about making your car easier to drive. So what happens with the bladder, I feel, is that you have a bit more sort of initial grip, I would like to call it. So when you accelerate out the corners, sort of maintaining corner speed, you have a bit more traction. But the emulsion just handles the bumps better, easier to drive. That's the way to go for most drivers, including me, for most of the time.
So
I think like soft.
But I mean, when would you be using the soft versus hard bladder?
I would say that a soft bladder is closer to emulsion. A hard bladder is closer to what I just explained with the bladder. Like it's like instead of making it a hard cut, like we have emulsion, we have bladder, it makes it more of a spectrum, you know. So the softer would be closer to emulsion, and the harder is closer to what the good aspects about running a bladder are. You know?
Hit the line button. Since everyone's just sitting here, why not go hit the line button? I don't know what that is.
Bladder on high traction, smooth tracks like indoor. Well, that's the thing. So on that kind of track, A bladder, yes, maybe you can be faster, but emulsion would maybe calm the car down a bit, and it would be easier to drive. And also, like on a smooth, loose track, maybe that bladder would give you that initial traction and acceleration you need to be a bit faster, but maybe you would also lose that traction a bit faster.
Okay.
So then the emulsion again, maybe that peak of grip is lower, but it's easier to control.
Got you.
You know, so it's a question of preference and skill level, I would say also.
All right.
Get the most of it.
We ain't getting no questions in, but we do have to talk about something else. SIC this weekend. So we have this is the start of a very busy season. So we got SIC this weekend. Then we got Nats warm up next weekend at Adobe and the TNR race at Thunder Alley. Then we got Montpellier coming up in France, which is the first big race there, where they'll have warm up there, and they'll have the race. Then we go to DNC. Then a month after DNC, it's the Nationals, which I don't know if we should say it, but everybody knows, you know, that you signed up for.
I'm signed up. Actually, we should say this because this is my thing. So I'm signed up for the Nationals, and I told Degani, like, if you get Raw to put it on paper that when Average Joe protests because he's afraid that I'll beat him at the Nationals, if you put it on paper that even though Average Joe protests, I can still race, I'll book my flight and I'll be there. But until that day, I won't. Well, because I remember that back in the day, they made that rule, the HARA rule. HARA won the Nationals. And then they made some rule like you need to be American and pledge allegiance to the flag, and you need to. I don't know what kind of initiation process they have there, but like you have to like prove that you truly are American,
like that you live there and stuff. Well, you have a proper address and all that stuff.
I mean, I have a visa and I live there pretty much half the year. So why can't I do the Nationals?
Well,
and that was the guy's reason. And he signed me up. He checked the rules. He's like, "You're all good. You're in."
I know, but we know it's never that easy.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. I don't want to show up and then something happens and I can't race. So yeah.
Well, let's just talk. Let's just touch on that. It's only this race. You know, this race usually sells out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, North American because Canada is raw.
Right. So it's only got 97 entries, and I feel like the only reason this race is not sold out is because it's just everybody was expecting this race to be in June. You know what I mean? I understand why it's in March, but we're not looking. The bigger problem is that no other tracks really bid on this race so that they can have this race. So they had to adjust their schedule. And it's no disrespect to Tim Lime and Adobe because he's busting his ass to get it ready. You know what I mean? But if this should be a wake-up call for Raw if tracks aren't bidding on your races. And you know what, Raw? Your clout before where you used to be able, like maybe 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, you could have not had your race in June and just had it in the middle of March because there weren't that many races going on and you had that clout. But man, there's so many big races going on right now that people are going to that Raw just does not have that clout anymore to say, hey, we're changing from June to March. Now, I still think he'll get a decent turnout, but he needs to get to a certain number before he starts making money off the entries, and it's so much stuff.
I put this comment on screen. So we were talking about the emulsion shocks. So someone asked why manufacturers don't sell their kits with emulsion shocks, but offer them as options. Well, Mayako does. Mayako comes with emulsion shocks for this reason, because for most people, emulsion is better, easier to drive, easier to build too, in my opinion. So,
yeah. So I don't know, man. Roar is struggling, but I hope you do get it to do it. It'd be fun and watch you cry when you're in the 8th and you don't bump out of the 8th man. Well,
that'd be funny.
Let's let him race. What is going to make the Worlds and knock some average Joe? Well, I think you already qualified for the Worlds. This isn't even this isn't a qualifying year. I don't believe.
Because there's no Worlds next year.
Right. All right. So we have a question from David Sandate. I think that's how you say your name. question for JQ. Is he standing and talking? Is he standing and take his hat off during?
It sounds like I've at some point done this, and he's still butthurt about it.
No, he's. Are you standing and taking his hat off during the national anthem while he's here?
You know what? So honestly, on this thing, I think it's really weird in America how they like it's some event and they just play the national anthem. Like that would never happen in Finland.
Well,
like,
you're not in Finland. You're in America.
Yeah, but isn't that weird to you?
Yeah, but you ain't.
Like if you went here to some sporting event and they played the national anthem, like they do that?
Yes.
That's just so weird to me.
Yeah, and one time I sat in a chair because I said this isn't my country, and I got some bad looks, and I bet your boots I've now stand up for it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, you didn't know to do that.
Yeah, well, but I love it here now, so I'll stand up for this. Why national?
Yeah, well, you should do it regardless, but I just think it's weird.
Okay, so SIC, let's talk about that. Oh, and don't forget, we also have RCGP, which is a week after the Nationals, and then 2 weeks after there's PNB. So these guys have a lot of 8-scale racing to do in 4 months.
Hey, you killed RC Mumuz, the French guy. He said he died. He died.
Oh, he's going to sleep. Thank you, RC Mumuz. We appreciate it. Keep up the good work. All right. I think RC2 is going to sell out as soon as it goes up. When entries open, because people are excited to go to that.
Frankie says it's called pride in your country. I say it's called brainwashing, but hey, that's me.
All right. See, we can't have you on to live no more. We can't have you on live. RCGP is at stop it. RCGP is at SMB in Piedmont, South Carolina. It was supposed to be at SCRC, but SCRC is closed and not opening. And also, it wouldn't have made sense to have it on the West Coast a week after the Nationals. You know what I mean? So they decided to put it on the East Coast. SIC. So I know Fenn's not going, so I don't have to worry about picking him, but I think we're going to see Cavallari. I want to give him a left hook, Charlie Mack. I need to find something to throw at him. None of my action figures, though. I don't want to hurt them.
Question. Neo DXR Kings, is it coming back? I heard it wasn't coming back.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know for sure. But that's what I heard at some point. I can't remember who said that and why. But
well, I know Phil isn't coming back.
Well, no, but they had the race after Phil, you know. So, but I heard that it wasn't.
All right. Oh, you know what? We got to talk about SIC. Let's make some picks for SIC then. So Fenn's not going. I think everybody's going besides like Fenn.
Okay.
Ty's on his way there. He's there.
I don't even remember what the track is like and all that kind
of small indoor track. Smaller, not like it's not small, but you know it's
like, is Mayfield going?
Yeah, Mayfield's going. All the top guys are going. Mr. Cat, I think Fenn's going out to practice for he's going to Nats warm up. No, that's the weekend after. I'm sorry. He's going out to. He said that he is not going to whatchamacallit, to SIC. So I am picking for this race. I'm going with Jared Tebow because he's won this race before a couple of times. So I'm taking Tebow. I'm going to put, you know what? I'm putting Cole Ogden as my second place driver. And, wow, I'm putting Cole over Mayfield at this race. And Mayfield. There? Yeah, Fuller's there. And Fuller will be in top 5 or...
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Pavitas, I think Pavitas is going to.
I wish I could see SIC results from last year.
Yeah, pull it up on your thing. Who are you guys picking for top 3?
Live RC?
Yeah.
What? It went to Yahoo. Come on.
That's a good pick. Mayfield, Jones, Lutz. Wow. SIC is actually going to be stacked.
Date announcement. Come on. This is a problem. Like, why can't we find results easier?
Send the Viking to sick.
Not going to happen.
He's got to go get some practice.
Yeah.
We're just going to buggy DeMarco. Who's going to win? I got Cole in my top 3 at SIC. Tebow, Jones, Ogden. That's a good pick. Wow, everybody's forgetting Mayfield. Man, it's so hard to pick. No, man, I don't know if Ty's going to be there. I'm recanting my pick.
Wait.
Recanting my pick.
Let me just complain a bit, because complaining is one of my hobbies. So on Live RC, when you go search, why can't you search for the freaking name of the race? Southern Indo, nothing. It doesn't find
race time.
Race. How? Like, I know that the race is Southern Indo Championship. I search for it, nothing comes up. I have to know that the organizer is race time, and this is ridiculous.
You also got accused of insulting somebody. You insulted somebody?
I got accused?
Yeah. You said you
It doesn't
insulted.
find anything.
It's
I'm
on
in
the
search.
Race Time Entertainment.
I'm searching.
Yeah, I know it's
track
hard.
list.
I know it's hard.
I'm searching for the track list. What do I search for?
You know what? I'm recanting my picks. I'm going Tasman.
Okay, live. How do we search?
Oh my gosh.
For this, you show it. Share your screen and do it. Go to Live RC and actually find. Live RC exists for one purpose and one purpose only: to freaking show results of RC races. And you go on there and you can't find the races.
Will you stop complaining? This guy is so salty. A guy came across yesterday as he was walking with his music blasting, and he just went into this tirade.
Can I share my screen and we'll do this? I'm gonna do that right now. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to find. I was looking for it the other day.
We're gonna get let's improve RC by starting with Live RC. Okay.
Yeah. JQ, this guy came across blasting his music the other day, and JQ was all ranting and raving like some old fart. Why is he playing that music so loud?
Stop sharing your screen.
I'm not sharing my screen.
Yes, you are. It's in there. Remove it so I can share this.
There you go.
Okay. Window. Chrome tab. Live RC. Here we go. Okay? Can you see this shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch this. Oh, I want to find the results for Southern. Oh. Oh, nothing. Okay, so it's not Southern. Okay, let's look. SIC.
So, Race Time Entertainment.
Okay, let's look for race time. Nothing. What the fuck? Okay, driver. Race. Okay. Switch tracks.
Dude.
How do we find? Literally, how do I find it? I'm out.
Can somebody send
here?
Can
you help?
Somebody send us the link to SIC from last year, please. Yeah. There we go. Can't see it. JQ, Village Idiot. I agree.
Can you see the screen I'm sharing?
No, I can add it.
Why didn't you add it? Okay. Race. Time. Nothing. Race. Time. Nothing. Southern.
No.
Okay, nothing.
No, you know what it's under? I bet you it's under Southern Nats. No.
No. So how do you find it? Someone in chat. Read chat.
Oh,
chat.
look under AMS. Or somebody can find the link. Send it to us. Look under that.
Yeah, okay, I found. So I'm looking for Southern Nationals, but I go under AMS.
Shut up. And do
then
it.
What?
This guy, you are a professional complainer.
Well, come on. I go to Live RC to look for results. I have to look for results of
Can you just find the
else
results and stop complaining?
to find the results I want. That's unacceptable.
This is what I've been going through every day, people. He finds
okay.
something
So
to complain
race
about.
results, view results from other events. Oh, there we go. So why couldn't it find this? Whoa, this isn't.
That's not the race.
AMS, look. AMS 12, Alabama Manufacturer Shootout, Southern Indo Nationals. The fuck? Copy this shit.
There we go. Thank you, Derek. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how do I go back to Live RC main site?
No, you just got to go to view
search.
other results from other.
No, but I want to search for that actual name that I copy paste.
You know what? You're wasting a lot of time on this.
Oh my God.
Anyway, just make your picks. I am going.
Okay, wait. Southern Nationals 2021. Final results. They actually had that.
That's Southern Nationals, not Southern Indoor Championships.
Oh shit. I already forgot that part.
What are you doing? Just go. Yes, now go to view other GSOMs. Go down.
There we go. Southern Indoor Championships. Is this the right one now? Final results.
Oh my gosh. Somebody come get this guy, please. Somebody come get him.
Okay, look. Copy this. We're going to use this in search in a moment.
Can we just go to the results? Like, you know.
Okay, there we go.
Ryan Mayfield, Rivkin.
Average Joe got third.
Yeah, you are not beating Joe Bornhorst this year, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you would be like in 12th.
Okay, let's see. I'll beat Tyler Hooks. Come on.
You ain't beating Hooks. No, Hooks has gotten fast.
No, yeah.
This is my thing, guys. Take this off the screen.
There is no way that.
This is what I'm trying to tell JQ.
Last year, Hackett, Brunson, Hooks, Setzer would have beat me. There's no way.
Yes, all those guys can beat you now.
No.
Let me tell you something. You don't. This is JQ's illusion and detachment from reality that I'm trying to break down. He thinks that it's still these guys that he used to beat back in the day 2 years ago when he came to America. These guys have been racing while you've been drinking beer and doing whatever you're doing, wasting people's time. They're getting faster. That's why I'm telling you, you are not making the A-main at DNC. Your results don't matter. Your results don't matter.
Hashtag JQ results matter.
Exactly. Bill Cushing. He would get beat by all these young guns. I'm trying to tell you, you ain't beating these guys. I will bet you now.
Young guys
$100.
like Bornhorst.
You ain't beating Bornhorst.
Who do we bet then? Who was that guy I said? Tyler Hooks? Okay, let's bet.
You ain't beating Hooks.
I'm beating Hooks. Thanks for the money.
No, Beach RC is still in, I guess. Which teams are going to take part in RCGP?
So Infinity, S-Works, Associated, Mayako, JQSM Mayako, Beach RC, and then the last is still open. So there's like Nemo Racing, we're thinking about it. TLR, we're thinking about it. I think even WRC, we're thinking about it. So there's like those three options still. But I think it's going to be full. Like RCGP is actually going to be full.
I am trying to convince JQ that he should not race RCGP. Right? I think it should be Max and...
I'll quit when I'm like lost in every race for a season.
We can't afford... Like, we need you... You can...
JQ, embrace the designer role. Kanai ain't trying to beat nobody that matters anymore. Kanai races every freaking race.
Yeah, but he doesn't care about winning.
Who says that I care about winning?
No.
Racing.
No.
Why can't I race?
The problem with you is when you start to suck, you go into this deep suicide watch where we have to hide all sharp objects and all rope from you. And then that karma, that atmosphere that you then breed sucks.
I'm not... It's like...
Dude,
everyone is responsible for their own happiness, you know?
But you would... Look, dude, if anybody's happy and you're in your mood...
I'm not responsible for how you feel at a race.
Yeah, well, you are just an idiot. Hey, you know what? Now that I'm got him here in person, I can give you the look he gave me Wednesday, first day of practicing.
I don't know what this is about, but Max wrote this. Keenan, you're wrong.
About what?
I don't know, but he wrote it.
Is Max drunk?
I don't know. He says you're wrong, and that's good. I'm happy.
You know what, Tyler Jones? Why you leave my comments up there?
So anyway, Stephen Best wrote that the fast guys are aging out of the pro class, and we've covered this before. I just think it's interesting. So the fast guys, they are aging out, but they are the guys who are given the opportunity to be professional, focus on just racing, paid salaries, all the travel money. The young kids coming up, they don't get that. Like, they can't 100% focus on racing only as a career because they don't get that opportunity. Do you see what I mean? Because the old guys are there. Like, soon there will be that shift where they don't get those deals, the young guys get them, and then those young guys become the new full-time guys.
Right.
But you have, like, Fuller is in that position. Like, if someone gave Fuller what Mayfield had at that age, like, here, salary, travel, be a professional, he would put everything into RC and become the next star, right? Mm-hmm. But he gets some, duct tape, zip tied together deal, travel to some races and not a real salary kind of thing. And it's not that confidence inspiring, like I'm a professional full-time RC guy. You see what I mean? And that's for all those guys, all those fast young guys.
I agree with you. And speaking of fast young guys,
will come, but it's like delayed.
Here's Tyler Jones, who can win any of these races next year too. This year, sorry.
Seth, Tyler Jones, Fuller, Aiden Horn,
Pavitas.
All these guys, if they had been those guys back in the day, they would be paid professionals.
Yeah. I agree with you there. All right, make your pick. So, all right, Max was talking about Kanai not taking his racing serious. You need to give it up.
2016, he told his pit crew off. I remember this. He slapped his mechanic.
What?
His mechanic is like 75 years old. That's what he looks like. Kanai slapped him in the face.
What?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Hey, you know what, though? I have to say something because I was talking to his dad. Will you stop messing with my damn...
Tyler Jones? I put it on there.
No, I already talked about Tyler.
He's all stoked. Hey, Tyler Jones, isn't that the guy who has a voice that doesn't match?
I knew he was going to say that. His voice is very deep.
Yeah,
and he
looks like a mouse, but sounds like...
And he can ride better than you, too. And he can drive better than you.
Why is everything a comparison to me?
Because you like to talk about people, but they're better at you in lots of things.
I don't get it. Like, we are having a podcast. The whole point is we talk about stuff, and then everything I say is like, he's better than you. He's better than you.
Yeah, because...
He's a bigger dick than you.
Yeah.
His girlfriend's look, but his girlfriend's tits are bigger than your girlfriend's tits. Like,
oh, my gosh.
What is this, a competition?
Yes.
We race on the track, Lefty.
Yeah, you race your mouth. That's all about all. All right. Make your picks. I am going with... We've been trying to make picks for 20 minutes. I'm good. Well, I'm going Ty Tasman, Mayfield, Tebow. Change it. Then throw in
Ty
Cole.
Tasman, Mayfield, Tebow.
Yeah, then
That's
throw
your
in...
picks?
Yeah.
Okay. I am... I'm going to go with... let me check last year's results.
This is the whole point of this, the whole thing. Another thing I want to shout out, we had the DNC warm-up this past weekend, and I want to give a big shout-out to Frankie Contreras Jr., who led like a big bunch of those laps before he had a flame out against Cavallari and Cole Ogden. That's pretty impressive. I think we're going to see he's going to be a dark horse going into DNC. Definitely good to see the young guys coming up.
Okay, I have my picks.
Okay.
Fuller, Mayfield, Rivkin.
Really?
Yeah.
Rivkin?
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Really? Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Fuller can be in the top 3 too. I think he could do that. I'm not disputing that he can't. And I think Cole can do it too. But Tasman's good, man. And Tasman, if Fend was there, I would pick him, but I wouldn't let anybody know. I picked Tebow. But not to win.
It's hard. Tebow, Tasman, they could easily be in there too. I'll stick with my picks. Fuller, Mayfield, Rivkin. That's it.
Ogden, Rose, Pavitas, Tasman. That's another driver we don't talk about, Brandon Rose. He had a nice...
Probably because he's so small,
I knew he was going to be rude. But definitely had a good year. I knew he was going to be rude. No more beers for you. No more beers for you. All right. What else?
You just sort of overlook him.
No more beers for you. Fuller Indoor Ninja. I like that. They have a badass outdoor track too to practice on. All right.
We need questions. We need live interaction.
Well, we've been going on for 2 hours, so
we need the final live interaction, and then we go.
All right. All right, so we should take a look at Fuller. Look good. Fuller looks good. He looks good at that HB.
Do we have any like questions we can ask people?
No. Does anybody have any questions? Dude, but I love the DNC track at the moment.
Oh yeah. The track they had for the race they had.
Oh yeah. Oh
race?
wow.
Oh yeah.
I love it. So, what's up with Serpent? That's a good question.
Serpent. They have like Billy Easton.
He's
That's it.
somebody. He was at a race. He's going to a race this weekend. Actually, a 10-scale race. He's going to Hoosier.
I know what
Hoosier
to do.
Hobbyplex.
I know what to do. Look. How do we find Southern Indoor Championship on Live RC? I'm serious. Now check chat. How do we find it?
Yes, we should be in America for
Look
RCGP.
at it. Can you see the screen?
Joseph, you're already
how do we find it?
Alabama.
Look, I pasted the literal fucking title of the race. Look, Southern Indoor Championship 2020. No matching records found. Can we fix this, Live RC?
Right.
Please?
Can you stop complaining?
SIC is what I'm looking for. I have to look for AMS.
We know this.
I have to look for AMS, which I obviously know because I'm a genius in RC, and I know that when I want to look for Southern Indoor Championships, I have to actually look for AMS because AMS is also run by Race Time Entertainment, whereby I can go here and then click on race results. Then when I get to the AMS race results, which I don't actually want to see, I can then click on view results from other events, which then brings me to Southern Indoor Championship. It's a genius way to be completely fucked up. So please, Live RC, fix this.
Okay.
I would just like to note that back in 2016, Live RC did not actually do the one thing they were supposed to do, which is provide the fucking results. So they didn't have the overall results. If you wanted to know which position you finished, do you know what you had to do? Do you know?
I don't care anymore.
Wait. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. You had to go down here to... scroll down here to the mains, which are... Wait, they're actually mixed. What? There we go. Now, there we go. Okay. So obviously I would be in the B main. Okay. So I would look Nitro Buggy, Pro A main. No, I'm like, where is it? Help me out here. Where's Pro? Oh, there we go. There's Pro Nitro Buggy B main. Then, Tyler Hooks won it, but I would beat him.
I wish I could mute him.
Wait. So I'm here. I'm 7th in the B. Where did I finish overall? No fucking idea, right?
Nobody cares.
That's what you had to do. And then after muchos complaining in many blogs and videos and all kinds of crap, right? And Brandon Road getting mad at me. And then eventually what happened was, we got final results, which is the whole point of the website. Now we can go on here and we can find the results. So I hope.
There we go.
I hope you can make a segment out of this rant.
MX304, Race Tech Rant of the Night.
Yeah. So I hope you make this into a segment. And my good deed for the year is that Live RC figure out their goddamn search function. So when I want to look for a race, I can actually look for it in search and find the race.
Good. Okay. Can we get off this now, please?
Okay, now we can go. Stepped off my soapbox.
It's coming close. If you guys just see the camera fall and just hear a bunch of scuffling, know that I am smashing his head against the floor.
Okay, and this.
All right, so this is good. Somebody wants to know our picks for DNC.
This was strategic. I am on Lefty's left side. High five, Lefty. let me move your water bottle. Okay, now you can high five me.
Yeah.
See? Strategic.
All right. Brian Moore, what are your picks for DNC? Well, it's kind of hard not to say Mayfield.
I knew you were going to do that. I mean, come on. Are we going to pick Ronnefalk really? Like,
I think if I don't pick Ronnefalk, he'll probably never come on this podcast again.
You might jinx him. What if he's the new fan?
I am picking Mayfield.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm not picking who I want to win then.
I mean, of course we have to pick Ronnefalk. Like, car's going to be on point. Like, we have a few weeks of practice ahead of time. That's why we are going there. Like, we're going there to win.
All right. Yeah. So who do you think can upset Ronnefalk? Who's your biggest worry for him?
My biggest worry would be Mayfield, very obvious pick, and anyone else than Mayfield would be.
I don't know, man.
Oh, that's hard actually. Like, I think Tebow was
good there.
Good. What was the podium last time? Like,
don't go on live
without the Europeans there.
Do not.
But it was a different track. Yeah. So when we were at this facility, it was Ronnefalk and Mayfield were the top guys, weren't they? Mm-hmm. I want to say Tebow was up there.
Yeah. Well, Seth was. He TQ'd.
Yeah, but then he fell back. I would say the biggest threats would be Mayfield, Tebow. Can Fend keep it together?
What about him?
Did they have a new car or something? I think they did. Someone said something. They have a new car or new something. Rivkin, too bumpy for Rivkin.
We say that, but he does well at these races.
No. Too bumpy for Rivkin.
No, you would say that. See, Jared, there we go. What's up? I finished second.
Yeah, see? He was up there.
Wow.
I told you. I remember Tebow was fast there. So Mayfield, Tebow.
He likes those rough tracks, see?
Lots with the Kyosho, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Lots could be good.
Maybe. What about young guys? Who do you think's going to be up there?
What about Europeans, too? Like Barufalo, I would take no. Ongaro.
Ongaro.
Nah, I don't see Ongaro.
I don't see him winning.
His setup, style, driving style.
Maybe Boots? Canas?
No. I don't see them.
How about young guys?
Fuller.
Yeah, I would put him up there.
What if he surprises?
Oof, that's most definitely possible.
Ogden, Denny, nah, they'll blow out.
Well, Ogden had a good, but what was that? Well, Ogden's really good at Thunder Alley. Really good at Thunder Alley.
Yeah, and then
Frankie Jr. I'm gonna put Frank. I'm saying it now. I think Frank. I don't think he's gonna win it, but I think he can make the main, and I think that's gonna be good.
On a serious note, like DNC, to make the main at DNC is gonna be really hard.
Yeah,
like you have to be fast to make the main.
That's why you just need to get that out of your head right now.
No, I'm serious.
So
it's gonna be.
It is, and then we there might be somebody like a Ronald or Battier that can come back and do something. You know what I mean? Very hard
Not at that level, I think.
But
I make the main, but
it's hard. I mean, honestly, I think that. We didn't even Testman.
Oh, Testman, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
forget about Testman.
Yeah, we forgot all about Testman. Wow, it's gonna be hard, man. That's gonna be hard. Well, he didn't have a good, but he got his stuff sorted out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting race.
It's going to be it's just
COVID bullshit.
Yeah,
not being able to race properly. With
I can't wait.
There.
I can't
I'm
wait.
looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time all these international guys are gonna be here, and TNR is gonna be good. It's gonna be at Thunder Alley. Are the major international guys coming? I think they're trying. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. But the problem is that right now, they are doing all kinds of COVID lockdowns and stuff. I'm just hoping that there will be nothing between Europe and America. I mean, it's possible that they'll do something, but I don't think so. I don't think they will close the border. So we should be good. We should be good.
Yeah, I have to throw Testman as a favorite to win that up there, too.
Yeah, so let's list them. So it's Ronnefalk, Mayfield, Tebow, Testman. Maybe the sort of most likely kind of favorite
then
guys.
I gotta throw Fend in there.
Fend.
Cav, maybe.
I don't know. I guess Fend, Cav.
Can CJ get up there in the main?
No. Well, maybe in the main, yes, but he won't be like a top guy.
What Europeans you think will definitely make it?
Right. if we say Europeans who make the main, okay, I would say Ronnefalk, Barofalo, Canas and Robert,
Ongaro.
That's 5.
Yeah.
And me.
No.
I guess those.
Lutz will make the main.
I would think Lutz.
I think if Lutz gets a top 5 at DNC, he should be, that'd be good for him.
But I think there's definitely going to be drivers who you would say like it's an A main guy, like he's definitely in the main, and he's going to be in the B, and you're like,
why not even said anything about guys like Tyler Jones or even Seth Van Dalen? And you thought that you was going to come 7th?
Yeah, but even those guys, I would say that there will be bigger names who are like out of the main.
Yeah.
You would expect to be in the main.
No, I expect them to be in the main, and then some bigger guys outside the main.
Yeah, there will be drivers like the B main is going to be a ridiculous race.
Oh yeah, it's going to be.
And there'll be drivers who don't bump, who don't have problems, who are top guys.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great first. That's going to be good. I'm coming for a spot in that main. At DNCJQ, they make. You know what? I give him credit to make the C.
How many mains do they have at DNC?
In the pro class? I don't know. I don't think Drake's going to make the main this year.
Kyle Chasen.
I think Drake and JQ are going to be battling out in the B.
All I know is I'm beating Drake and his boy Average Joe.
You're not beating Bornhorst.
I'm beating both those fools.
Man, you're so delusional. It's crazy. So delusional. Doubt me now, JQ. Let's go. Bill's pretty fast. You'll be battling out in the back of the B. That's where you're gonna be.
I'll beat Anthony Westergaard.
Yeah, I think you could beat Westergaard now. I could beat it. If the European guys, it would definitely look a lot different. Definitely look right.
Pagani for that win in 40 plus. That's a guarantee.
No, Saxton.
No. With the Mayako, he's going to be so much more dialed. He doesn't have a 20-year-old technology or 11-year-old, whatever he said in that bouncing turd.
Westergaard. Westergaard, we guys saw you guys at the Supercross race.
Anthony, we were watching the Supercross, and I kid you not, they panned across the audience.
I found it.
We were literally watching like Lego people, right? Lefty goes, "Hey, I think that's what's his face?
Dylan Nelson's dad."
That's Dylan Nelson's dad. I'm like, are you high? And then they zoomed in on the same thing, and then it's like, that's Dylan Nelson, and there's Anthony.
Westergaard, Mason, yeah.
It was fun.
But it started out from, I just saw the Angels hat. I actually thought it was another guy because it looked like him. Then when we went back, I was like, no, there he is right there. And then it was crazy.
So I know you were at the Supercross.
Tony says he's going to beat Dagani at 40 plus. We'll see that. Hey, Greg takes DNC serious. He even practices beforehand. He's like, he's all on JQ's case about getting to America now so he could get practice.
Yeah. Charlie Mack says, we're not saying dialed anymore.
No more dialed. Okay, what are we going to replace dialed with?
So we need a replacement for dialed, and then we'll...
well, we've been going for 2 hours.
We have to go.
Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes. We're going to get some food here. we had over 180 people in here all night for 2 hours. That's great.
Good.
That's great.
So any last questions, comments, then we have to go.
Yeah. Please, the remarks of JQ that he's made tonight do not reflect the positions and the opinions of the NNRC.
Any cease and desist letters, please send to Keenan K. White, Dominican Republic.
It's never going to get there. Oh, Westergaard says...
I put it at $250. I bet JQ at the... So I guess Anthony says he's going to beat me. Let's shake on that. So we have $100 between me and you that I beat Tyler Hooks. Right? You remember?
Uh-huh.
So now officially we're going to shake on this. I am going to beat Anthony Westergaard. This is Nitro Buggy at DNC. This is now Anthony Westergaard. We're shaking on it. Thank you for your money, Anthony. Sharing is caring. You're sharing your money with me. That's awesome. So I am now $350 richer after I beat Tyler Hooks and Anthony Westergaard.
I'm gonna give you 100 slaps.
Woohoo!
All
I'm
right.
so happy.
So, just so you guys know, we have an episode.
Hey, look at that.
I will beat JQ. You better
Jay
build.
Smoker.
You better build Joker's
Hey,
Smoker's car.
We aren't even racing the same class. What the hell?
Hey, so just to let you guys know, we have.
There goes my Uncle Profit.
You have a flame.
You have not flame like every other. What? You have to not flame. What do you mean? Do I flame out at the races?
Hey, you flame out in your brain.
Yeah.
That's your brain flames out. Who's that
Jay
person?
Smoker doesn't believe in me. Just lost money.
Anywho,
Uh-oh. Okay, so it's gonna be exciting down in the C main with Anthony and me. Who gets the bump?
you're just fighting for pride now.
Oh man, I'm gonna start practicing. I haven't driven in like a month. Damn.
JQ DNF at DNC blame setup. Yep.
Positive. JQ. Wait.
That's not
That was
positive.
wrong one.
He's telling you.
350 will help on JQ's plane ticket back home.
That's for sure. All right. Well, I mean, people are still commenting. So
Tony's track, you had 5 flameouts.
Tony's track looks
That Schumacher? Yeah, I know.
good
I
job,
was figuring
Anthony.
out that damn.
But we looked at that Mayfield video. Man, that track is badass.
Yeah, that was cool. I think he means when we had a race there, and I was running that. That's when I figured out that OS made that dumb carb that was restricted. 'Cause I couldn't get my engine to run right. And
Oh, right. I remember that. I remember
was
that.
like, there's something wrong with my engine, and it was just the carb.
So,
oh God,
guys are asking when we're getting to America. So I think our plans for America, I know for me, you and David's going out early. I think I'm gonna get to DNC, to California the Wednesday before. He's already trying to make me pick up somebody at some hour that's like incredibly, like I'll be flying in so much later than them. And then I think the plan is that we're gonna do go up to he was on suicide watch at
that was
DNC.
that when my engine wasn't working. Fuck, like I cannot drive if my engine isn't right.
You
And it
cannot
just
drive.
ruins- I mean, I can kind of drive when my engine is right, but I really cannot drive when it's not right. And I remember I was pretty suicidal that race.
Yeah, you can't drive and somebody like a lap behind you cuts the track and you see it out of the corner of your eye. You just flame out in your brain all the time.
Yeah, someone asked about tires, so I am open on tires. Yeah. Open relationship, everyone welcome. I'm like bisexual with tires. Trisexual. So I run all different tire brands, whatever works, and sometimes what's free. And that's my story on tires.
You know what, Anthony? I absolutely 100% agree with you on this.
You can't drive in general. You're old as shit. You lost your mojo.
No, don't get me wrong. You're still good. You can still drive. I'm not disputing that.
Anthony, it's on.
But you just ain't like beating Joe Moorhorse type of
I'm going to
driving.
be... Okay, look. Let's settle it right now, live, on the air. Adam Drake, Average Joe, Tyler Hooks, Anthony Westergaard. Those 4 drivers are going down.
Yeah, they'll be down in the... Well, Moorhorse will be down in the A main while you're in the C main.
Those guys are my nemesises.
Well,
okay? Nemesis? How is that when you have more than one nemesis?
The thing is, when you're a nemesis, you actually have to win at some point, and you ain't going to beat Moorhorse. Like, you just ain't, like...
So, Drake, Bornhorst,
Yeah,
Hooks,
you can't beat Drake either.
Westergaard. Easy peasy.
Oh, wow. Westergaard says, I'll put $1,000 on you ain't beating Drake. Yeah, he ain't that brave.
I'm not that brave, actually.
Oh, you ain't that confident?
I don't have $1,000, otherwise I'd do it.
Let's laughing.
I might break.
Oh, my gosh. You ain't beating Drake either, dude.
I'll bet 100 on Drake Drake against JQ. Anthony put 1,000 on there.
Hey,
you know what? We should start some kind of betting here, like big time.
We should start fantasy RC.
No. We should do that too. But let's start like a betting pool for fixing your arm. Like the proceeds go to that.
Maybe
50-50.
Maybe. Hey, Tebow.
Drake lives there.
Are you?
It's like if we had a race on my home track, which, like, do you really think he'd beat me? There's no way.
Yes.
My home track, come on.
Okay, not your home track. Not your home track. Tebow, are you gonna come on next? I think Jared's coming on next week after SIC.
Look. Jay Smoker bets 10,000 against me beating Jared Tebow. Okay. Well,
no,
I'm
Tebow.
Tebow
beating
like,
you
against us. So Tebow beats me. Yeah, I agree.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't laughed this much. DNC betting on FanDuel.
Yeah.
We need to start an RC.
We should have bets like S-Works versus Mayako stuff and like HB in there too. And then me and all my nemesis. What is the plural of nemesis? Like most people have one nemesis. Like, you are my nemesis, one person.
Not you.
I
got
have
a whole
four.
bunch. No, four.
And then we have Max in Europe,
You have four. Let's put a couple of zeros on the end of that.
Well, I have 4 in America.
40 million.
Oh, wait. There we go.
All right. So I guess that's it. Maybe we should make Supercross bets then for this week. Or picks.
Supercross?
Yeah.
It's Oakland. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Here goes. Fuck, it's really hard.
You have a plethora
It's actually
of nemesis.
Really
That's it.
Man, Supercross is really hard. Of course, Jay Smoker says Tomac. Nick says Webb. Chase on 450.
I'm going to take Malcolm this weekend.
Malcolm?
Yeah, I want him to win.
Outside pick. I mean, I don't think so.
I do want him to win. But then you can't go against like Roxon, how he looked.
Yeah, it's so hard, man.
Yes, RCGP will be happening. Sorry.
I think Sexton gets his first win. He was so fast. I think like Sexton, Webb, Roxon. That's my picks. Sexton wins, Webb second, again, Roxon third.
We should make a bet. Are we going to see any RC people in the stands this week?
There's no way.
No way.
It's Oakland.
You be at A2, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, A2, end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah, because it goes San Diego, then Anaheim. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. Drake face tattoo. Someone says you got to get a Drake face tattoo.
If I
like Norris.
Lose some bet. Webb, Mookie, Roxanne, we have. What did I say? Sexton, Webb, Roxanne. That's what I said, I think. Yeah, I'll stick with that. But you know who was really fast in the first race? Anderson. He got taken out by Barsha, but he was really fast. Lap times, consistency too, like he was good. Surprisingly good. So.
Oh, all right. So let's do one more plug for Invisible Speed while we're here.
Yeah.
I think somebody just asked about this. So, we don't need the book. We're talking about the course.
Oh, okay.
Online course. The price dropped.
The price did drop. So it used to be like 350 in euros for 3 years. And then we figured, okay, let's try something else. Now it's 194, I think, or 199, I can't remember, for 1 year instead. And the thing is that what we are trying to do is we are trying to give you value throughout the year. So the subscription comes with Discord access. So you get direct access to us. So on Discord, we can have live chats, live video. You can be at a race live and literally ask for help, support, set up advice. And also we'll have a run through of the course. So we did a test. We had 1 month where we went every week. We had like multiple video meetings, 3 meetings a week or 4 meetings. And what we'll do is we'll spread those out over the whole year. So each quarter we have 1 week with intensive meetings, and then between those, chat and random live videos in Discord. So I think this way, if you are into racing, no matter what brand you run, this will be beneficial. So it's worth checking out, invisiblespeed.net. And not only that, we'll also be doing it in Spanish. And Anthony Westergaard is yawning, but Anthony is actually the perfect candidate for something like this, because Anthony's cars normally don't handle really very well. He just makes up for it with skill. I think that if Anthony could set his cars up to where they actually work, then he could do better. But since I know that Anthony can't set his car up and he hasn't signed up for Invisible Speed, I was willing to make this bet and win $250. So yes,
there's his logic.
Yeah.
All right. We had one more question. I think it's from Ryan Gibson. What's up, dude? How are you? If it being a world's race, with a world year, who do you pick to win along with a top 3? Any bets on that?
Okay, so I have 2 bets. If Anthony Westergaard buys Invisible Speed, if he gets the course, then I think he will win the Worlds.
Okay. Why do you have to go so extreme? Like, do you have an in-between?
Since he isn't going to do that, then I have to say it on the Falk, because we have so many months to work up to this race.
Yeah.
That it's just going to happen. It's going to be like a Cinderella story, overnight success, overnight 10-year success, you know?
Overnight 10-year success. Why didn't JQ offer? Well, he gave away actually 2 online courses and for the Christmas show last month. So, actually, 2 guys won that. So, very good. Yeah. Oh, I don't know who to pick for that track, man. Very European. Going to be a lot of corner speed. Big giant track.
I would say the same guys are going to be fast. Like Ronne Falk, Ongaro, Robert, Tessman, Mayfield, like those 5 guys, basically.
I think.
Oh wait, I forgot one guy, Berton.
I think guys like Thibaut will adapt their Cavalieri as well.
I don't see them at that same level as those other guys.
Well,
they will be in the mix. They'll be there like 5th through 7th, like, but not at the top.
I think that's where their experience comes in, from going to these races and racing before in Europe and having to carry that corner speed. I think Cav will discover that really fast. And like these guys are saying, Canas. So
Canas, yes, I forgot about him.
Yeah, we're gonna be there in March, but I think we're gonna be on the East Coast.
I would add Canas to that group that I mentioned.
Yeah.
So Ronne Falk, Ongaro, Robert, Canas, Mayfield, Tessman. There's already 6 guys. Like, if any of those 6 guys won the race, no one would be surprised.
Oh, no. Yep, see, Thibaut Tontin and challenge accepted. I like it.
What did I say?
You said you don't think it's going to be mixed.
Worlds 5 through 7, that's your peak. Start practicing.
You're so rude.
No, it's not like... I think for Thibaut, the thing is that where he spends his time is very different to what the Worlds will be on. Okay? So it's not just... It's like what he's used to, and he's driving like... Where he's really strong is those tracks where you need to be very precise with rough tracks, bumpy tracks, place your car, this and that. This is not that style. Okay, so already style is different. But also where he goes to practice daily is also different. It's not this kind of super high speed, carry your corner speed. So it also has to do with the setup. Okay? And then third thing, the car he's running isn't naturally fast on that track. Like, you just put it down, stock setup, it's dialed for this kind of track, So those 3 things are against him. So I just don't see him overcoming that. But hey, I'm happy he took up the challenge.
Yeah, to shut you up. Reach over and slap him. I think we're done for tonight anyway. I thank everybody for tuning in. Just to let people know, we will be in, like I said, in America. While Joseph before me, I'll be coming in just before DNC. So if anybody is at DNC, come up and speak to me. I'm going to talk to everybody. It's sometimes you talk to people you don't really, I talk to so many people, I don't know who everybody is. So just remind me who you are. And hopefully we'll be at RCGP and then PMB. Hopefully, I would love to do the Nationals. I would love to be at the Nats, but I don't think that's going to be possible.
Well, if I'm doing the Nats, you should go.
Well, yeah.
That's going to be epic. We should vlog that.
Yeah, well, it's about having budget to go to that.
Hey, so last thing. This is now seriously the last thing. Any surprises or underdogs? Let's do that. But let's do it like for the year. Like who breaks through? Who's like someone...
I am telling you now, and people, this is a very, and I told you at the beginning, I think Mason Fuller comes out of HB as the top driver. HB top driver this year. I think he's going to be in the main I think I can see him in the main at the Worlds. And then I'll tell you who else I think will be he's not an underdog, but he will because he doesn't race so much. Kyle McBride.
Yeah.
Kyle McBride, if he goes to the Worlds, will be in the main. He could win the main. He could win that Worlds, I think. So, see you later, Born RC.
I think that I'll make a massive comeback. I'll surprise many people. Hey, look.
One person. Yeah.
My underdog is... See?
They also said you was cute earlier, so I don't know.
Oh. That might not
That's
be
right. Look for Lefty at the high tech tent at DNC. I'll be there. And yeah, it's gonna be good. But it's gonna be good. I don't know, man. Fenn might be good on that track too. Fast.
There are some fast Europeans, but I think it won't be this year that they break through.
Okay.
I think. I'm just trying to think that is there someone who like in Spain they have those pariente kids who like straight up beat Canas, you know.
Polito can be
also beat Robert at some
we didn't even talk about the Killex. The Killex
Kilich's could be
Polito.
Yeah, I'll take that back, you know. Maybe it could
Skidmore's?
Like
yeah, I think Johnny could get up there.
Skidmore's skid too much. Not like but Kilich's for sure they could like spring a surprise. Like I would say a surprise is like whoa, like a podium at the Worlds for a Kilich. Like I don't think people would expect that, you know. But it's possible. So I would put them there. Polito, as you said. Yeah, there are fast guys, I guess, in Europe too. So Fuller, Kilich, Polito, Pariente. There we have some fast upcoming kids.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're gonna go out and get something to eat.
And then me, fast upcoming old guy.
One thing, man.
Eating all my nemesises.
Back in the 132nd finals.
Come on.
Okay, not that bad. 64.
Maybe that bad.
It's gonna be held at Radovan. And where is Radovan?
It's like Alicante, I think, region in Spain. So what is that, like mid-east of the country?
All right. Well, I think that's it. People are fading out. It's
South
getting late.
Barcelona.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we need to go.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. It's been fun. Like I said, whatever this guy said does not reflect my thoughts or anything. So any hate mail, any suing, anybody wanted to slap him, take it out on him, not on me. I won't stop you.
Yeah.
You know, he needs a couple of slaps and more than a couple. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We had fun. It's good to be back. Look for our episode of CRC recap dropping and Dakota Fend podcast on Friday. Thank you to Tony Newland and RC Kevin who helped me do that. And yeah, I guess you guys have a good night. Thank you to all the NNRC squad around the world. We can't do it without you guys. We're going to be doing a lot more lives this year. Oh, NNRC Cup starting soon. I think it starts at DNC. And we wish everybody going to SIC having to have fun, be safe. May the best man win. And yeah, thank you to the patrons of the NNRC. If you guys like what we're doing, wish to be a patron, please go there. I know Joseph wrote something rude about me. And but I can't see it.
Why?
It's not up yet.
Yeah, it is.
Not on me, not for me.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh. This guy, we can't let him do anything. Remember, guys, showing the sponsors some love shows the podcast some love. Shout out to our sponsors or our advertisers that choose to advertise on this, the companies that choose to advertise on the podcast. They are Invisible Speed, High Tech RCD, TNR Fuels, Mayako, Beach RC, Techno RC, Lugs Racing Tires, JTP RC, Clinic RC, G-Spec RC Tuning, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, Racecraft USA, House of RC, RCGP. Special shout out to my buddy RC Kevin and our NNRC drivers, David Runnerfolk, Alex Hagberg, and Teebs. And yes, Jay Smoker is talking crap. You all have a good evening.
I just noticed that there's a lot of RCs in your sponsors.
Oh, it's an RC podcast.
Yeah, but everyone's like RC. Like, what else would it be? Like, if you now read a sponsor of like something, obviously it's RC.
Yeah, no more beers for you. Joseph, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, see you at DNC, where I'm going to beat my nemesis and Tebow takes up my challenge.
There we go. You know what? Nitro is the glory. E-Buggy pays the bills. If you ain't grinding, you're sliding. I have 5 more days of this guy with me.
E-Buggy pays the bills. Lefty's wallet pays the bills.
Look at this guy.
Look at all this money.
Yeah, it's like
thousands of pesos.
Yeah, pesos, not dollars. You guys all have a good evening. Thank you for tuning in with us. We appreciate it. Joseph, we're going to go get him some more beer so you can have a good vacation.
I'm going to put that in my pocket.
You're going to take that out of your pocket. And everybody, a good evening. We're out. Talk to you later. Joseph, say goodbye in a nice way.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the No Name RC podcast. We greatly appreciate all the support and love from you, the listeners. Without all of you, none of this is possible. Special thanks to our patrons on Patreon. If you wish to support the podcast further, you can at patreon.com/NNRC podcast. As a patron, you will receive early releases, special content, and patron-only giveaways. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, www.nnrcpodcast.com. Remember, Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. If you aren't having fun, it doesn't make sense. And if you ain't grinding, you're sliding. Lefty out. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory.
is so bad.